Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Big Buck Hunter World Championship. This is the 16th annual competition live from Joe's on Weed Street in Chicago. I'm John Kefalukas, also known as Fallout, joined with two very special guests making his annual return back to the Big Hunter.
Baby.
We're back, boys.
Always.
Colin, second year in a row. I'm going to start with you. How you feeling, man?
Absolutely sensational. Look, you come to Joe's Live, you expect a good time. You come to Joe's Live with Big Buck Hunter, you get a fantastic time. You're going to get an overwhelming time at times, but I'm still here. I'm kicking. I'm ready to scream over some fantastic gameplay.
That's right. Omar, from reporting on CNN to Big Buck Hunter World Championships, every single year you make it back. How's the 16th year feel for you? Live from Chicago, by the way.
I wouldn't miss it. And look, the beautiful thing about Chicago, the only thing better, or the only thing just as good, I should say, after a summer in Chicago is a fall in Chicago. Leaves are changing. People are feeling the chill in the air, but you come in a place like this and you feel the fire of everybody ready to roll, ready to get after it. And I think just looking at what we've seen so far, you can hear it in the background. Like, this tournament gets you ready to roll, and I'm excited to see what this year brings.
That's right. The venue's perfect as well. We moved from Joe's Live in Rosemont to Joe's in Chicago. This is the Windy City Shootout, as we're calling it. It's going to be an action-packed weekend, and I cannot wait. Let's go ahead and jump right into the action, the details here. First things first, the prizing. What's at stake for today's competition? Well, we bumped up the prize pool because we bumped up the stakes. $115,000 at stake here for the competitors. That's up $15,000 for last year. And of course, that's broken down into a few different divisions. You have the rookie division, you have the ladies division as well. So the leader can walk home with $35,000 if it's a rookie and a lady, and they take home the first place prize. Hasn't happened, but that's the coveted, almost impossible to achieve type of details and type of prizing. And then, of course, there was the format, the Road to Champs. Colin, walk me through the Road to Champs. How we got
Hey, look, if you wanted to get to this championship, you had to go through 13,000 other human beings. They had that many people come out and qualify. Once you get into that top 128 seating, you got brought to Chicago. Once you get here, you've now got to go through a grueling bracket where if you lose, you're in that losers. It's one and done once you're in that loser, so you lose twice. And all you're doing is cheering on your friends from that point forward. But if you find yourself in that top 16, top 8 situation, you start to find yourself closer and closer to the money. And if you're one of the ladies or one of the rookies, you might already find yourself in the money if all of your other competitors in the same category have been eliminated earlier on.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. And of course, last but not least, let's walk through the schedule, what you can expect and when, so people can mark their calendars. Of course, there's a double elimination tournament is the format for this competition. You have the reload round or the reload bracket. So if you get eliminated in the winner's bracket, you go to the loser's bracket or the reload round for a chance at redemption to make it back to the championship final. And of course, you see on screen the schedule and when you can expect the action to kick off, which is going to be happening here momentarily. But look, gameplay is just about ready. We got Mike Colesworth making the announcements on main stage. I'm excited for action to start, but it wouldn't be a proper pregame show, boys, if we didn't do predictions. So I want to hear your thoughts. Who's going to win the tournament? Who's your player to watch? Omar, starting with you.
Look, it's hard to predict in a field like this because everyone's so good. Everyone's the top of their absolute class. And I think just right off the bat, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Will Braun. He won last year. He had been really pushing to get there year after year, and I was talking to him beforehand. I was like, what are you eating before we're going? He's like, I'm staying away from carbs because one year,
no Weet-Bix. Wow.
1 year, he said it slowed him down.
No way.
And so that's how dialed in he is right now. So
no
he's
carbs.
a champ. Let's see if he
just
can
a lot
defend.
of beer, but I see him drinking beer nonstop.
Yeah,
no carbs.
No pizza, I guess. But the wild card for me is, he was just mentioned a few moments ago, is Benoit Cormier. He's coming from Quebec. He's never played in this tournament before, but he did set a record. He was in the zombie deer race of 45 over the qualifying part of this. He hit all 45 headshots, which had never been done before.
In 4 years, first time in 4 years.
Exactly, and it was a challenge set, and it just hadn't been done. And the only reason why he's also a wild card is everybody else's drink of choice when they're playing is a mixed drink or a beer. His, just tequila.
His hunting fuel.
His hunting fuel is just tequila, and if that doesn't freak you out a little bit, I don't know what does. So let's see what he does today.
It's got to send shivers, Colin.
Yeah.
For sure. How about you? Who you got? Who's your player to watch?
Well, you asked for that prediction early about who we think could win, and like Omar said, it is hard to predict in a tournament like this. A lot of things can go wrong for a lot of players. But you can't call me nothing if you don't call me consistent. Last year, for about the last hour and a half before he got eliminated, I kept saying Trevor Gardner's got a chance to win this. I just watched that man practice for about 2 hours, and he was locked in, ready to go. I saw eyes looking down the barrel of his shotgun that I ain't never seen before on a man, even in real life. I said, thank God I ain't in front of that thing. I'm picking Trevor Gardner. I'm picking that family to bring home some championship trophies this weekend.
The winningest player in Big Buck history, the GOAT for a reason, the Gardner family coming from Wisconsin. We got so much love for the entire family. By the way, he's not alone. His younger brother, his brothers are playing alongside him. His family's here. I'm excited to see what Trevor Gardner can do. I can't even remember. 3-4-time champion? I think four.
Yeah,
if I
four
remember
times.
correctly.
But you know, it's been some years since he's been able to get back on that
You lose
stadium
GOAT status
on
at
the
some
podium.
point.
Of course, at some point, you can't take away what he's done.
Can't.
But
If
he's a
people
competitor.
can still say that Babe Ruth is the best baseball player in history, I can still say that Trevor
Are you
Gardner.
calling him old or Babe Ruth?
I'm just telling you, if people can still make that comparison, I can still make
I don't know if
this
he
one.
plays with a cigar in his mouth, but you know, like, it would make it very
That'd
interesting.
be badass.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be someone from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Just
but
be
John,
honest.
who you got?
Or
What
cheese
are
curds.
you thinking? What's
Of course,
on your
I got
mind?
to throw some in there as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? Look, I think history's been made the last 2 years.
Okay.
We had a Canadian, Drew,
Yep.
Baldock, win 2 years ago, the first Canadian last year, the first Aussie to win. Well, guess what? That's going to continue. We're going to have our first lady win a Big Buck Hunter World Championship, and it's going to happen this weekend, and it's going to be Lauren Hope. I'm looking at you, part of the Saskatchewan Buck Hunters, the Boston Pizza contingent here in numbers, by the way, in droves. It's an invasion of Canadians led by Drew Baldock. Lauren Hope, I think, is going to go big. I think Lauren's going to chalk heads. I think she's prepared. I was talking earlier. She's gotten better every year. 8th place finish last year. I think she's going to do it, Colin.
She's also the highest ranked female to ever come into this tournament since they merged the two tournaments together.
Highest seeded,
Coming
yeah.
in as the 4th seed overall. That is an amazing pick by you, John. It's very astute. You saw earlier, like you talking about, I walked by, I saw the smile on her face, and that tells me that she's comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you're a killer at this game, boy. Because when you're comfortable at Big Bunk, you can stay straight. You can stay unshaky and make the shots when necessary.
And comfort is really important, especially in this stage, because you are standing shoulder to shoulder with some of the best competitors in the world. That was one of the things with Benoit. He shoots mostly by himself. This is a whole different ball game. So if you can get comfortable, if you're a veteran, you can unlock this entire tournament, and it'll be interesting to see who falls with those dynamics and who rises to the top.
And on top of that, they're all going to be doing it likely with a beverage in their hands. That's the best thing
how
about
you
the Big
do
Buck
it. That's how you
Championship.
do it.
That's how you do it. Listen, we're all rocking the merch here. We're in style for Big Buck Hunter. It's the best esports. I mean, listen, I have so much fun coming every single year of these tournaments. Different than any esports event I've had a chance to cast. It's something else, Colin. Talk about the experience there.
It's a completely different experience from anything I've ever been around. I came from a very traditional sports background. I then went into esports with Gears, one of the grimiest, grittiest esports on the planet. But you invited me out here. You said, Colin, look, you got to get on board with these folks. The great people at Play Mechanics gave me the call. They interviewed me. They heard about 6 words come out of my mouth, and they said, that's the guy. That's the guy right there. I don't know if that's an insult or not, but that's the guy, and I'll take it every
This is the
single
most
time.
on-brand caster you could possibly imagine. We got Colin here. Going to be commentating the action with me. Omar, you'll be our sideline reporter. I'm going to let you go, man. Thank you for joining us
Yeah,
for the
man,
pregame
of
show.
course.
It's a tradition.
Good luck. Good luck up here. I'll see you down there. Let's see who we can find out in the crowd.
That's right. I want some good
Yeah,
ones.
man.
That's going to
Of
be great.
course,
Thanks so much
of
to
course.
Omar, as always. He'll be exiting and getting ready for sideline reporting as we get ready and gear up for our first round matchup here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Big Buck Hunter World Championships 2023, the 16th annual. It's hard to imagine. We are 16 tournaments in. But Colin, taking a look here at our first round matchups, who do you like? Who do you like to win?
Big look at Chris Tresso up top. He's getting a little bit long in the tooth, a little bit older of a competitor, but he's still very fearsome. I love his chance. On the bottom side, you have a young lady named Annie. She's also an incredible player. I believe she just goes with the nickname Annie as well, but starting off hot, we're already getting things going between Russell Kopp and Janelle. And Janelle, I believe, is one of the Sass Buck Hunters, so already Lauren Davidson's group, Miss Hope herself, the Sass Buck Hunters are, I believe, off to an okay start here. She will go down in that first round, though. It looks like she came out on top 5-1. Good gracious. She's up big in this early one.
That's right. And keep in mind, folks, if you are watching family participate, whether it's Chris Tresso or Taylor Hook, or Janelle playing up against Russell Kopp, or Chris Lennon, etc., against Holly Fritz, you could go to the BigBuckHunter.com website and you can watch any POV that you'd like. Once again, any POV you want can be featured on BigBuckHunter.com. Or of course, if you're just watching the Twitch broadcast, if you're here to hang out with us as well.
Early in that second round, the young lady that started off hot, Janelle, she dode out in round number 2. That was a great chance for Russell Kopp to catch up. And one of the things I want to point out to our viewers at home, if there's anybody new to the game, anybody that might be tuning in on the off chance, doeing out is when you shoot one of the does, one of the female targets on the map. You do not want to have that happen because it takes you instantly out of the round and it gives your opponent a chance to catch up, just like Russell did. Went 4-1 in that Trek 3, or in that Site 2, excuse me. They've chosen Site 3 now. That dangerous trophy is on the board as well, and the round has started off pretty hot and heavy here, with both players catching up some of that extra game. And it looks like Janelle with 3-0, now 4-0. Russell dode out. Janelle can kind of put him in the dirt if they get that 6th, and now they're going for the dangerous trophy. On the reload, they doe out, and that bear is about to eat something, and it ain't honey, baby.
That's right. Jumping into game 3 here, I believe. We got Ann versus, and the dangerous trophy's going to come through. Trophy's going to be missed here on screen. And keep in mind, this is kind of like NFL Red Zone, right? We're going to be jumping from game to game to game to game to game. 5 games on the main stage. Right now, we got a close matchup between Beth and Ann.
Beth and Ann really battling it back and forth. We got Beth, though, 5,500 points on top of Ann Verlicel. And it looks like she is going to continue to take her good fortune into Site 4. She is 2 sites away from getting her first dub and from finding themselves in round number 2, starting off hot there, getting a second one, getting a third. Trading back and forth. We're looking for more bucks on the board. And I believe we had a little bit of a doe out situation there, and that will start to even it up. I believe Ann will get some points back in that one. 3,600 points on the site. We'll get it within a 1,000 point differential. Beth has to be cautious here. Site 5, final site for Beth and Ann going at it in this round number 1. Who will come out on top here? It is very close. They're going to start off hot. There it is. It's going to be picked up 1-1. Looking for 2-1 now. 2-1 in favor of Ann. She needs to pick up a third, maybe even a fourth, to put herself into a situation to not have to be too concerned about that bonus. She picks up 5 out of the 6. And I believe that will put Beth out of reach, doubled up Ann going into the bonus round. So I believe it's all over but the crying for Ann Verlicet here in round number 1.
Yeah, that's right, Colin. It's going to be too much of a deficit to come back through this bonus game. For those that are watching from home, even you watching Big Buck Hunter, the bonus game, well, you could take like a 1,500 to 2,000 point swing. You're not going to get a 5,000 point swing, though. So this is all done and dusted. Beth should have this one in the bag. Congratulations to Beth Bollick against Ann. She'll take the win here as we try and jump into another game here. Let's keep you guys up to speed at least. We have Janelle versus Russell. We have Chris Tresso taking the win over Taylor Hook. We have Blake Ravitt taking the win over Jose Serrano. Blake will take the first place finish. And then, of course, we do have Janelle winning over Russell. So Russell Kopp will fall to the reload round. Janelle, Beth, and a few others will advance as we get ready for our second wave of matchups.
Yeah, going into this second wave, you've got to be really cautious. I mean, if you go out early, if you go out into that reload bracket early, you find yourself in a pretty precarious position because it means you got no more room to falter, no more room to go down. Janelle Farndon going over top of Russell Kopp there. Beth Bollick coming out on top in hers. Chris just to round it out. And I got to take a look around here. We're looking at some of these matchups for this still in the first round. I mean, you got 128 games of players to go through, so what, 64 games in round number 1. You're playing 5 at a time, so you're trying to filter these players in and out as much and as fast as you can. I think I see Kirby Anderson down there. Kirby, one of the more seasoned players, will have an ability to go very quickly into this and try to get a win over Jason Vosnick.
Yeah, I'd love to watch that matchup. Kirby Anderson versus Jason Vosniak. Game number 5 on screen. Kirby's gotten 14th place in 2021. That was the year we returned from COVID. First event back and showed up well. Didn't have the same fortune last year in 2022. I'm excited to see what Kirby can do coming from Milwaukee, Oregon.
A couple more SAS Buck Hunters coming up on the stage. You got some shots of the crowd right there, going back and forth, and I believe that is the players from New York from the Braj Mahal showing out in force as well this year. And it looks like we're about to get started up on a couple different games here.
That's right. Meanwhile, we mentioned Game 5. We'll be jumping in here in a moment. Kirby's going to be playing against Jason Wozniak. Jason's a rookie, first-time competitor coming from Calgary, again, the Canadian contingent. 121st seed, so Kirby's the clear favorite here, Colin.
Yeah, Kirby should be able to go out on top in this one. She's got the ability to come out in a very easy victory. You can see, though, back and forth we go. Jason Wozniak will rack up 2 to Kirby's 3, but neither of them getting that $6 in that first round, but Kirby comes out on top. Kirby, I think if she goes slow and steady here, she just tries to maintain her accuracy round in and round out, she has a chance to just come out on top of this without having to break, but so much sweat, John. They're going to go to site 3. They're going to skip on over site 2. They'll have to go back to it. And this is going to be Kirby trying to start things off hot and heavy here, trying to come out with 1 or 2, but it looks like Jason does out. And now Kirby needs to take their time and rack up whatever points they can.
That's right. And that's just going to be tragic for Jason, right? He already was coming in as the underdog, goes out in the second site, and that's going to give a huge lead to Kirby Anderson. So Jason right here, right now, has a chance to dig deep. Colin, can he bring it back? We'll find out. 3 more sites to go for the rookie to make a statement.
3 more sites to see if he can make something, kind of a miracle happen here, because, I mean, that is a big deficit to overcome. Dangerous Trophy is about to be in play and on the board. Starting off with that bow gun here. You see that first puck getting picked up. Now the second, some critters getting picked up just to try to add some additional points here. 2-1 in favor of Kirby. 2-2, 3-2, 1 more on the board. 4 over to Kirby, and now it's Dangerous Trophy time, John.
That's right. If Kirby picks up this Dangerous Trophy, I'm going to call it, Colin. And as I say that, he will do it with a beautiful one-shot headshot. Kirby Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, from Milwaukee, Oregon, with a 6K lead. He's running away with this one, Colin.
Yeah, 3 sites down, 2 to go, and as well the bonus round. But Kirby has got to be feeling absolutely fantastic with their positioning.
That's right. For those that don't know, Kirby is an arcade and pinball repairman. He's a pretty awesome job.
And he's old, according to his age on his stat.
And his age is old. Yes, he doesn't have a number. His age isn't a number.
I'm probably older than he is. I'm not gonna lie. Bacardi and Coke, though.
His Hunting Fuel is Bacardi and Coke. That's a classic. That's a classic. I drank that when I was 21.
If you say so.
Helen doesn't drink, so I can't do like drinking jokes.
I will try.
No judgment. No judgment.
I will keep up as best I can with you.
That's right. Yeah. He goes, if you say so. I don't know much about Bacardi and Coke. Jokes aside here, it looks like Kirby's running away with it. 5th and final site. Significant lead right now for Kirby, but look how who's going to start strong. It's going to be Jason.
Jason doed
gets
out.
2 in a row, but does out. So that'll be all she wrote here, but it looks like a double doe out.
Double doe out indeed. That's the last thing on the planet you want to see. And John, let me go over this quickly because we just saw it on screen as well. Before the secondary doe out, if you see pump to reload on your screen, it's because you have not pumped your shotgun. And for those of you that don't know, if you don't pump a shotgun, that sucker will not fire a second time if it's got a chamber around.
Did we see that happen?
In real life?
No, in this game.
Oh, yeah, it comes up on screen. If you don't pump, it'll actually come up and tell you pump to reload.
These guys and girls are professionals. I thought they pumped.
Sometimes you forget. You
forget. You get caught in the moment. That's right.
8-7 now. Kirby going up in a lead on the bonus round, but I'm pretty sure, as John called it, with that Dangerous Trophy back on site number 3, pretty much all over but the cry, and Kirby Anderson will be able to move forward into the round of 64.
That's right. Keep in mind here, folks, Jason will be going to the reload round. He'll have a chance to try and grind through that reload and make it to the grand finals. Again, rookie year, he's the 120th seed. New to the Big Buck community. Welcome, Jason. Sadly, we'll be falling to the reload round, but I saw some good things coming out of Jason here. I wish him the best of luck in the reload round. Again, one of the Canadians here representing well. But Kirby Anderson will be your champion. Congratulations again to Kirby as we get ready for our 3rd wave of matchups. A couple of the things I'm seeing on screen right now. Adam Buss will be playing against Mark Foydart. We have Nicholas Sinadinos playing against Anthony Eretz. You know from last year, that's my Greek brethren, my Greek boy. Nick, I want to jump into game 3 if we can. That's going to be a great one.
There's no way. Well, let's check in with game 4 real quick. They're in a bonus round. It might still have something very close to call. No, it's not close to call at all. It's doubled up there. Game 4. We have an official winner.
And it's
Mr.
Diego Guzman, a.k.a. Diggs, the 29-year-old from Winnipeg, Manitoba. We got a new contingent of Canadians coming through, putting some pressure on the Saskatchewans.
Part of the Finance Bros.
We coined them the Finance Bros because Diego and the rest of the crew coming from Twag Bar in Manitoba, they all seemingly work in finance.
They
or
brought
like
the
wealth
admin.
management. Their picture,
They
everyone
probably
else
got the HR person with them.
They do. They got the admin here. Everyone else posted like a funny picture of them making a weird face. These guys gave professional headshots as their photos. They came not to mess around.
I respect that, okay? Just like I'm sure you respect Mr. Sinadinos. Is that how you say it?
Sinadinos.
All right,
Top of
Sinadinos.
the Greek pronunciation. I'm impressed by my man Colin here.
They're getting ready to go into their first site. We want Game 3 live for everybody at home to see, because Game 3 is going to have Mr. Sinadinos on your vision board.
Whoa!
And
Are you kidding me?
Hey,
We got stats pages. We got head-to-head graphics now.
Without a doubt, baby. Let's
Whoa.
go. Look, they bumped up the production this year, baby. They put in some hard work. And I think if we go into Game 3 here, Nick Sinadinos versus Anthony, and that's going to be 4-2 in favor of Anthony Aritz. He's going to take just a few 100-point lead. Only 300 points. That is by no way, shape, form, or fashion overwhelming. You've got 4 more sites to come away with a pretty impressive stat for Mr. Sinadinos if he can get the victory here.
That's right. Did you see that guy, by the way? That was the, yeah, bro, what's up, man? He hung it loose on both hands, the guy in the crowd. I like the energy. Meanwhile,
That's extraordinarily loose.
That was extraordinarily loose. Double the loose. Let's jump back into it. Anthony, both are going to go out there. So just like that, Nick did pick up the 2-1 lead, and I think he will have the numbers advantage. They're tied dead even here. Keep in mind, folks, Nick Sinadinos from Illinois, Chicagoland suburbs originally, moved to Arizona, came to Big Bucks as a rookie in 2021, got top 64, got top 14 or 16 last year. Big improvement. He's looking to improve upon that place this year.
I'm also going to note that if you saw him turn his back after being the other doe out, he knew that that was his round to try to take a lead here, and he immediately dozed out. And that's the competitor in you, John. You see him step away from the machine, kind of really focuses himself, grimaces away from the machine, because he knows that this is a big round for his opponent, Mr. Anthony Aretz, to come away, Mr. Buck Nasty himself, to get a Buck Nasty lead in this matchup.
Yeah, that's huge. And then Nick's going to want that one back here. This is a tough first round matchup for Nick, to be honest with you. Yeah, Anthony Aretz, a.k.a. Buck Nasty, 112 seed, but he has been competing for multiple years in Big Buck. He comes from Junior Max in Minneapolis, Minnesota, part of the 7th Street Slayers crew with Amy Green and the rest of them. Chris Freem, the Dream. Nick's got a tough matchup here, but he's off to a great start. Number 4, Nick is dominating, 4-0. Misses the long-range shot. Can he get the last one? Yes, he does. Nick Sinadinos turning things around in sight number 4.
Hey, look, my man said, don't call it a comeback, all right? I've been here for years, putting suckers in fear. He's only 400 points away from making a victory out of this loss. He is trying to snatch victory out of the hands of defeat with this final sight. Pulling it up on screen, and shotgun pulled. Nick with 2 quickly, now looking for a third. Anthony's gonna find him, he finds some of the critters. Anthony looking for that long range shot, but it's gonna go in favor of Nick. 4-2, 5-2.
That's a 4-2 score right there in favor of Nick. He'll take a 1,000-point lead here, and that's going to give him a cushion going into this bonus round. But at the end of the day, Colin, it's all going to come down to this last and final bonus round. If Anthony Aritz can dominate, he can win this round. I love it when a game of Big Buck goes to bonus.
Fast action, fast pump, fast trigger finger right here. You got to be the bigger man in the situation. You got to stand up. He's got some great shoulders on him that you can stand on. Look at him, 4-3 right now 5-3, pumping up the numbers. And I'll tell you what, I've had some problems with some raccoons in my trash cans, and John, it's no fun. So I really love this bonus round to be able to take out some raccoons coming out of some trash cans.
You and I both. Nick, off to a good start, 2-kill lead right now, as long as he can maintain or keep it close in score, which is exactly what he's doing. Nick Sinadinos will pull off the win here. It was a close call, though. He was down going into that last sight, Colin.
When you doe out and you give your opponent $4 or $5 in a single sight, you feel it. But I know why you like that young man now. He's got a lot of that same fervor that you do. He turned away from the game. He grimaced. You could see him refocus and reset. He turned back around. He said, I ain't about to lose here, boys.
Right.
This ain't about to be my L I'm holding.
You know what that is, Colin? That's the Greek passion. You know, listen, ain't no people more passionate than the Greeks. We got a fire in our belly, and it showed right there from my man Nick.
I will take your word for that. Now, look, you got some great food over there. I can tell you that much.
Listen, we talk about the Greek passion, but I don't know what this culture is.
That is
Canadian culture?
That looks like a skinned animal on that
A
gentleman's
skinned
head.
animal on his head.
Is it a? It's not a. I don't know what it is.
We might break plates and dance in circles, but
you don't wear dead animals on
we
your
don't wear
head?
dead animals on our head, though. No, that doesn't
You
happen.
gotta step your game up, baby. You gotta wear some dead animals on your head now. But they're in the bonus round as well. There's gonna be Mark versus Adam, and I am hesitant to guess that gentleman's last name, Foy Dart, I believe. Is he also from the Crypto Bros?
Yeah. Mark is part of the, you call him the Crypto Bros. Mark is a part of the Finance Bros, as we call him. Wealth management, or wealth manager, also in a suit and tie in his picture. Very, very impressive stuff. But look, great matchups right there across the board in wave number 3. We have our first interview lined up here. It's going to be Omar Jimenez on the stage, joined for a sideline interview. Omar, take it away.
Omar, go! Hey, everybody. All right, so we are with Drew Baldock, of course, a Canadian perennial competitor, champion as well in the past. So, Drew, what are you looking for out there today? And you guys are really repping strong from Canada.
Yeah, same thing I do every year. You got to win one match. Yeah, everybody that came down is doing great. I think everybody on our team that's played so far has won their matches. And, you know, anything can happen any day, so you just got to play your game and be ready to go. This caribou twist, the entire first track, is going to be really cool. You know, that really levels the playing field for every competitor, and I think that's going to be an exciting addition.
And one thing that people at home may not know is that right before this started, we recognized you all specifically, I believe Boston's Pizza, Saskatchewan, for where you guys are all qualifying for. You had a record number of qualifying plays. Tell me about the enthusiasm. How have you built that community there to come out here and compete?
Yeah, that's why we can bring this many people down, because we have so many great people there. Shout out to John Fraser from Boston Pizza, Regina South, for letting us have a game there and supporting us. And it's amazing. It grows every year, and hopefully we can show that off this year. And that was a really nice touch of an award they gave us there.
And last thing I'm going to ask before I send it back to Colin and John, obviously it's early in the process, it's a long tournament. How do you stay mentally ready to roll over the course of what is a 2-day tournament?
Just watching the matches, supporting your team, watching them play is sort of like you playing. So you're identifying, looking for what they're looking for, but it helps you just sort of stay focused and just keep at it.
Perennial competitor, champion, Drew Baldock, always repping for Canada. A lot of Canada in the crowd in the field this year. We're going to see how they do and everyone else as they try to compete for this grand prize. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Omar. Now I'm just curious as to whether or not Omar knows the Canadian national anthem. Do you know the Canadian, at least the first 3 words, or the first 2 words?
Canada.
Anything else?
That's it, baby.
That's
all I got.
He's got the "Oh Canada" part at
Hey,
least.
I usually get blamed for stuff, so I understand why those first 2 words. I'm like, oh, Colin, why did you do that again?
Maybe we should make that a thing in Kazakh. Oh my Canada! What a shot from Drew Baldock. No, jokes aside, let's jump into it. We got a great matchup here on the main stage. We got 2 veteran ladies of Big Buck Hunter, Sarah Erlinson against Alexis Murphy.
And Alexis Murphy, also known as Eels, goes out, and Sarah looking to take advantage of it with 4, now looking for the 5th, and that's going to be long range as well. She picks up 150 points in critter, so that's 3-1 in favor of Erlinson. And Alexis Murphy has got a mountain to climb in front of her.
That's right. If we call Trevor Gartner the GOAT of Big Buck, you got to call Erlinson, Sarah, the GOAT of ladies Big Buck. She's a multi-champion of the ladies competition. Back when the tournaments were split apart, she played incredibly well. But she's going up against Alexis Murphy, who won the ladies division 2 years ago with an 8th place finish in the overall competition. For those that are unaware, we merged the 2 competitions. We used to have a separate ladies tournament and men's tournament. We merged the 2 competitions here as Sarah Erlinson's going to doe out, giving Alexis Murphy a chance to get this dangerous trophy and bring this back, but she'll doe out as well.
She's going to doe out as well, and that is the big bad wolf. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Announced at the beginning of the day for the tournament, they added back the caribou and have revealed the big bad wolf, and the kings of the weekend with a claw scratch to their back, much like the big bad wolf would leave on you. But Sarah still has a massive point lead here, and John, all pun intended, that's a hell of a trophy for Sarah to have early in this one. Miss Alexis Murphy on her mantle, basically taking her out this first round.
That's right. It's a crazy first round matchup. I can't believe they were paired up here, as it looks like they're going to trade 1 for 1. Alexis going to get a second, so does Sarah. They go tit for tat, toe to toe. Alexis gets the 3rd. Can Sarah get the last? This is crucial. No, they both go out. In the end, Alexis will slowly but surely bring this back, but barely. 8,000 to 5,000 in points right now, Colin.
Your best bet when you have one of those rounds is just think about the fact that you're closing the gap. Don't try to get it all back in one single round unless your opponent does out. If you're both going shot for shot, just keep trying to get whatever you can back. This is the 5th and final sight, though. Both of them start off with 1. Now looking for a second one. That's going to be Sarah finding her second. Now looking for the 3rd at the long range, but that's going to be a double dough out. And my goodness, John, I believe that will wrap it up in the score department, because with a 6,000 point differential in favor of Sarah Erlandson, that is going to go to a bonus round, and that thing is going to be all wrapped up. Put a bow on that bad boy. And Catherine Garver, I believe, was playing on a different site, or she's coming into the next round, against Mr. Robert Roddy. So we will see some more action here very quickly, but Derek King getting a victory on his site. John, what do you see up there?
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of different things. You mentioned Catherine Garver, who is the wife of Matthew Garver, coming from Missouri City, Texas. They have a machine at their house. They play from the Garver home. I'm excited to see what Kat can do in this upcoming matchup, because this one's all but over here. Sarah Erlandson had a 6,000 point lead and will take home this one. Sarah Erlandson, Alexis Murphy, 2 big buck greats. Well, one of them has to lose. Alexis will go down to the reload round.
And I hate to say it that way, but you're right. One of them does have to lose, and you usually run into nothing but good people around these parts. Everybody, fantastic human beings that come out and play in the Big Buck Hunter World Championship. And that will be another round down, and Miss Sarah Erlandson will feel absolutely glorious about that victory. Let's see who's coming out next. We got Jason Brulette, Rhea Chong, and Rhea Chong, I believe, is a first-year competitor, the 128 seed, if I have it correctly in my mind. But that don't mean a damn thing when you come out here, because you still got to perform when you get on that stage. Looking at some of these other matchups coming up, I think we need to keep our eyes kind of scanning the zone. What do you see? I think Catherine Garver's a good call out for a game to try to follow.
Yeah, I'd like to see Catherine Garver versus Robert Roddy, Game 4. I think it'd be fun to watch. We can also showcase Game 2, Jason Brulette versus Rhea Chong. Rhea Chong we call the ghost competitor because she did not fill out her profile. The only one.
Hey, look, ghosts are scary to a lot of people, okay, except for the Ghostbusters.
It's filled out now.
Is it?
Barely.
No age, no shot, no
I
shoes.
take that back. It's not. Rhea Chong, coming from Downers Grove, Illinois, did not fill out their profile.
Look at her. Look at the stature on Miss Chong, though.
Oh, where's she at?
She right there, left-hand side of your screen, setting up at game
she looks like a fragger.
2.
She looks like she came ready to play. I think Rhea might be an underdog here.
I mean, you can't underestimate anybody, John. You know that better than anybody. Last year you came out, you underestimated me, and I smoked you. This year you came out, and you realized you couldn't underestimate me, and you put me in the dirt.
First off, you didn't smoke me last game. It wasn't last year. It was a close competition.
I'm going with smoked in my mind.
This year, however, we rematched, and you better believe smoking was done. It was like a Texas brisket. These men got rinsed.
You're going to go with Texas? You're not going to go Kansas City brisket?
I'm more of a Kansas City, I'm more of a Texas barbecue guy.
I'm not mad at you for that discussion. Catherine Garver, though, starting off slow, toes out early, and that gives her opponent a lot of room to work with. 4, now 5, gets as many as they can in the bag. That is almost a damn near perfect round, and Catherine will put herself in a very precarious position.
That's right.
Going up against Robert Roddy, the 72 seed.
Yeah, one thing that's important to know about Robert, he's a rookie, first-time competitor, coming from Hastings, Minnesota, plays at Dugarel's. He enjoys himself some Tito's and soda as his hunting fuel.
What is Tito's?
God, Colin, I love this. This is actually kind of like, it's like teaching my nephew in 10 years how to drink, because he's 11 years old. Tito's is a vodka, Colin. It's a well-known vodka brand. It's a good common go-to drink. On board right now with this matchup, Robert Roddy 4-2 over Kat Garver.
She dove out in the second round, John.
She did.
That's tough. That's tough sailing. When you dough out 2 rounds in a row, she turns back and she's talking to somebody.
She coached?
She gave somebody the bird. I don't know who's trying to coach her.
I'm glad we caught that.
But my goodness.
That's probably hubby. He was probably mansplaining how to play Big Buck.
I'm not going to lie to you. I tried to mansplain once. I got a hip broke for that. I was on the couch for a while.
And then
3 out of none. Oh, my God. She was so electrifying. She turned off the screen. Oh, no.
She goes out. He has a chance to tie it up here. He goes out as well. So right there, I thought that the bird maybe gave her powers and got her fueled up ready for that round. She came out swinging, just like that tongue. And instead of a potential 5-6-0 sweep, she does out after 3.
I mean, she needed that round, I think, to really crawl back into this one. Down to your final 2 sites, Catherine Garver down by a decent amount of points here, 5,000 overall. She needs to be quick, she needs to be fast, she needs to be able to take control of these last couple of rounds. 1-0, now 1-1. Looking for a second buck in the back, that's gonna be 2. Looking for a third, taking her time, but it ties up. And now she needs another deep shot here. They trade again, 3-3. It's all about who picked up any critters, who picked up this dangerous trophy as well. And here it comes, the bear coming down the hill. I think it went in favor of Robert Roddy, and it does indeed, and he stays on top by 5,000. And John, I mean, unless she goes absolutely ballistic here, this is all over, and Catherine's going to the reload round.
Yeah, she's going to have to do something miraculous here in this 5th and final site. She needs a 5 or 6 buck sweep, needs Robert to dough out, and she starts strong, gets the first. Robert connects with the second here. Cat looking for the long range. Risky, gets the long range, gets the third, gets the fourth. Cat Garver shows up to play, needs this last and 5th one, and she has opportunity. She hits in long range. Cat Garver,
4,000 point makeup.
Chance.
My God, John, 4,000 points made up in a single round. I think she's got a chance here. It's 2K differential, but that means she pretty much has to be perfect in the bonus.
She does. She just pounced on that site like a kitty cat. I was impressed, very impressed. And now she's got to kill some raccoons.
Hey, look, cats love killing raccoons. I can tell you that for a fact, my man.
True.
That's an absolute fact. She's going to start off 3-3, now 7-3. And I mean, Robert, he must have been practicing these trash can rounds because he looks like he is ready to absolutely put some raccoons back in those trash cans and then 6 feet deep. And you don't want to see anything else on this one, and I believe he's wrapped it up. Robert Roddy will come away with the win here over Catherine Garver.
Is this you on your house farm? You're just shooting raccoons in a trash can?
Dude, you have no idea. Look, when you got
Colin
a
owns a
raccoon,
farm, by the way, a family farm.
when you get a raccoon in
Virginia.
a trash can, all you want is for him never to come out of it. It doesn't matter how he doesn't come out of it. You just don't want him out of that trash can ever again. Because if you've ever had to go out and
You want
pick
him to
up
stay in the
garbage,
trash?
if you ever go out and have to pick up the trash that he drags out of the trash can, and if you live in my household, that's diapers, that is disgusting leftover mac and cheese. It's 4 days old because my kids love mac.
Let me understand. You want him chilling in the trash, just gnawing away at poop. Kid
Never
poop.
come out.
Never come out.
I don't care how
you can
that
just
happens.
Chill for a couple of days.
It could be, no, not a couple of days. Forever, John.
Well, how do you take out the trash?
You just leave the can there, and then they dump it into the trash compactor. You hit them with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. Whoops! Give them the old compact service, baby.
Wow, I learn something new every day.
I don't like raccoons.
Is that also how you know that cats, you have personal experience and data that cats like to kill raccoons?
I know that very personally.
I feel like a cat versus a raccoon is a pretty even fight. Much like a silverback gorilla versus
a bear.
A bear.
I'm taking the cat every time.
Over a raccoon?
Over a raccoon every time.
I feel like raccoons are scrappy, literally.
I got an old barn cat. His name is Paco.
Paco the
you
cat?
You do not want to mess with Paco. He came back with one eye. He took on an actual wolf in the woods.
Okay, well,
and
listen.
only lost an eye. And he's killed probably about 15, 20 raccoons.
I got a raccoon named Riff Raff.
Okay.
I got Riff Raff over Paco every single day.
You can take Riff Raff all you want, dog. I'm taking Paco. Look, everybody else felt bad for Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, not me. I said he got what he deserved. He's a raccoon.
He's the cutest raccoon in the world. What's wrong with you?
Don't care.
Who hates the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy? Let's get this guy off the desk.
No. Look, you can like them all you want. They're terrorists to me.
Unacceptable.
I can't deal with them. I cannot deal with them. All they want to do is destroy. They don't want to create anything.
Got an irrational hatred of raccoons. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desk. We are accurately wearing some Big Buck Hunter merchandise. We got bandanas. We got the event T-shirt this year. Colin, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to stand up and showcase the back. Is it working? Does the camera see it?
Yeah, the Windy City Shootout. The only reason you can read it is because his shoulders are so broad. If he were to run into a door, I'd apologize to the door for John Kefalukos.
Right. Awesome swag. The merch game leveled up big time. I got to give a lot of love.
Is that a koozie?
Is it a koozie? Yeah, there's a koozie as well. We got a bottle opener.
I'm gonna have to use that for you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could use it in a root beer for yourself.
That's right. I could get a root beer.
We have a coaster, Big Buck Hunter coaster. We got all this back. Shout out to Real Thread. Listen, this is obviously us schlepping swag, but on a real note, Real Thread are the ones that make these T-shirts, the event T-shirts every single year. I'm not even kidding you. They make me look 10 times more muscular than I actually am. Amazing quality, stretchy, they last, even with my fiance who's terrible at doing the laundry. I mean, she ruins everything. She can't ruin this t-shirt.
Did she watch it? Did she watch it?
She's in the venue right now,
so
no. She can't hear it, thank God.
That's why
Thank
he
God.
said that. That's
right.
why I just got so scared for him. My heart rate went up a good 20, 30 beats.
But yeah, Real Thread, shout out to WILDEST. Thank you so much for all the prints, the screens, the embroiders that you offer, the comfy, high-quality custom apparel, and of course the official Big Buck World Championship t-shirts that Real Thread provides every single year. I'm a big, big fan. I'm not even kidding. I wear my rotation of Big Buck shirts 3 times a week.
That's what I'm talking about. I ain't mad at that at all. Look, let's go into game here with Malia Bruce, last year's overall female winner, but she has a tall task as she has to go up against Andy Miko in round number 1. The gentleman that was the runner-up from last year. That is a hell of a task for a young player like Malia Bruce to come out here and take on Andy Miko in round 1.
Yeah, he comes out of the Barrage Mahal with quite a few others as part of the Brooklyn contingent. A lot of the Kings of the Weekend folks. Nick Miko, a.k.a. Andy's brother, competing as well. This is a tough one. Andy is so damn good. Second place runner-up, and that's just tragic. For Malia, what are these round 1 matchups?
Without a doubt, I mean, these are some tough matchups, but when you have that many competitors trying to vie for these spots and you get down to the best 128 players, you know that you're going to have some early exits of some great players. I'm taking a look here, though, John, and Andy might have the fastest reload I've ever seen.
Yeah, Andy's insane.
Andy now in the bonus round, he's up by a lot. Looking to try to come away with a victory here over Malia. He will pick up a couple of these early raccoons. Malia coming back and picking up some of her own as well. And it looks like I think Andy's trying to finish this one off in style as he takes a commanding lead in the bonus round. And only one more section to go. If he can come away with 3 or 4 of these, it's all over. And Malia will find herself in the reload bracket.
That's right. If we can switch over to game 3 and repeat game 3, we got ourselves a great one going into the bonus round. Let's see if we can get there. Yes, we do. Look how fast we get there. That's amazing. Abby Rucco, a.k.a. Ruckus Rucco from Regina. That's Regina with an R. Is down about 800 to 1,000 points right now to Brian Sabala.
I heard that word rhymes with fun. That's what I've been told a couple of times while I've been here. But Abby now 5-2 over Brian, and Abby trying to cause some ruckus here in the early rounds of this tournament, coming away with a bunch of these raccoons. 9-6, one more section to complete. Let's see if she can come away with a victory here. Up to 11, now up to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. She's racking them up and she's setting them down. Abby Rutko, Miss Ruckus herself, looking to come away with a victory as the bonus round is completed. Was it enough? No! 200-point differential. And I believe that is the first SAS Buck Hunter to go down in their first round matchup.
That's right. The SAS Buck Hunters, a contingent from Saskatchewan, Canada. That's right. That's a place. It's not like Narnia. It's real. Sad. Abby Rutko goes down. Close matchup. Great matchup. It's going to be to the hands of Brian Sabala, a rookie from Mount Prospect, Illinois. He's a hometown hero. My fellow Illinoisan. He plays at Woody's as part of the Pimps and Does hunting party, which I'm not going to lie, the Sask Buck Hunters or the Pimps and Does, I'm a Pimps and Does fan.
You're a Pimps and Does fan, John?
By the name itself. I mean, the Sask Buck Hunters, they give us a Canadian t-shirt every year. I love them the most. But.
Jacqueline Stafford here trying to go up over John Duncan. And I believe Jacqueline Stafford was within striking range. Bonus round is over. Let's see if she can come away with a win because John was another one of those SAS Buck Hunters who comes away with a victory here. I couldn't see it. That's going to be Jacqueline Stafford, 16 grand. Look, we got, without a doubt, there's no way we don't go to game number 1.
That's
if
right.
we don't put game number 1 up on the board, I'm going to probably cry here in a moment.
Jacqueline Stafford, Sean Stafford coming from New York. They play at the Pine Box Rock Shop. And Jacqueline takes away the win in a dominant fashion. She got 12th place in the 2019 Big Buck World Hunter Championships. I believe that was the ladies' competition.
I think we got a former champion on
Andre
game
Rivas,
1,
right.
Andre Rivas. Now, that's why I wanted to go there. I wanted to see how a former champion would do early in this matchup. We got Charlie Gardner coming up now, part of that Gardner contingent, along with Trevor the GOAT the man that I picked, but Andre Rivas, he has won this tournament before. He needs to come away with an early round victory here to give himself the momentum going forward. And he's up 3-1 here in Psych 2, now 4-1 and 5-1. Andre Rivas got to be feeling absolutely stacked.
That's right.
Now.
He made that bow round look easy. And certainly tell you right now, from personal experience, it is not easy. The bow, difficult weapon to use alongside the hunting gun. Andre Rivas, like you said, former champion from Big Buck World Champs 2019, so that was many years ago. Andre looking to return to glory from Torrance, California.
If you'd like to know how to practice the bow round, something else they rolled out at the beginning of the day for everybody here in this crowd to see, the new Big Buck Hunter game systems. Their boxes are actually going to have the entirety of the Walking Dead campaign, where you use a bow basically the entirety of the game. Andre Rivas now, he stepped away from the game, and he was up pretty big here. Let's see what happens in this round. As you can see, Devin Goolsby picking up a couple of these bucks, but it was still 5-2 with that dangerous prey coming in hot for Andre Rivas. And I mean, he is on an absolute tear. He's looking to put this one down. Trev watching his brother compete up on the stage. We might be able to get a peek into that game.
Let's jump into that game if we can. Game number 2, I believe. Charlie Gardner. As it looks like Andre Rivas will take this one home. Switching it over. Charlie Gardner in a matchup here. The younger brother of Trevor Gardner. Let's see what he can do.
He's down 2-1 in this round, but his opponent did doe out, and that was Emmy doing out. And Charlie only gets 3. Emmy Keenan now only down by 300 points. Charlie, he needs to not, he needs to pump it up here. I mean, Emmy Keenan is going to be gamey for these first couple of sites. A 60 seed overall. She has a 76 best place finish, John. So, she's got the game to compete. Charlie, if he doesn't want to go out in this first round into the reload bracket, he's got to come out hot and heavy.
That's right. Charlie's a lefty. One of the lefties in the competition. Emmy's going to doe out, providing an opportunity for Charlie Gardner to run away with this one. He's going to get 2, make it 3. Going for a long range one. No, can't find it. Almost got. Oh, he gets the headshot just barely as the doe is tracking off screen. And Charlie Gardner with a dominant round goes up by 1.5K.
That's the kind of round you need. He goes up by almost 2,000. It was 14-35, and that's a big differential. And I think that was Emmy Keenan's contingent trying to cheer her on in the background. A couple more sites to go between these two competitors here.
That's right. Emmy coming from Portland, Maine, part of the Amigo Spar crew. One of our awesome Big Buck communities. Off to a good start. Charlie neutralizes with the second. Charlie gets a 2-1 lead right now for Charlie. This is a crucial one. Who's going to get it? Oh, Emmy is going to doe out again. That doe was hiding behind a tree.
Yeah, that doe was really in a precarious position. It was almost like it was set up to try to be shot at when that buck came out. Now going for the dangerous prey. Gets the bear as well. And earlier you said it's an interesting matchup, a silverback gorilla and a grizzly bear. And that grizzly bear did not stand up to that shotgun.
That's right. So silverback's going to win. And that we can agree with? Ain't no way a silverback gorilla is losing to that bear.
I believe one of your good friends would disagree with that.
I think he's a bear guy.
I think he is.
Is he a bear guy?
I'm pretty sure he is. No, I'm with you, though. Silverback gorilla, you know why? They got thumbs. They can grab things.
That's right.
Once you can grab, you can get into holes. You can probably teach the gorilla Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for all I know.
Do they have claws, too, gorillas?
No, gorillas don't have claws. They just got the opposable thumb. So, like, the bear might come in for the swipe. The gorilla can actually grab the arm and stop it, whereas most animals can only just push back.
Oh, he got really analytical, technical with this.
Look, I'm in the fight game, baby. I'm in the fight game now.
The ultimate analytical mastermind, a.k.a. Colin Crow Clark, my co-commentator. Meanwhile, we're going to our bonus rush. We're going to our 5th and final site.
7th Street Slayers.
Couple updates for y'all. Victoria Nicholas versus Dan Arbuckle. Close matchup, 11.9K to 10.8K. And Victoria Nicholas takes home the win. Meanwhile, back on this one, Charlie, Emmy, 2-2. Emmy goes out again.
Emmy puts herself in a bad position here. And I believe what we see on the monitor is a couple of different matchups, but some of them pretty close. See Charlie really going up really by a lot. Andy Lynn, the man himself, somebody that we've talked a lot about on this stream before, is about to come up in that next round as well. So I look forward to seeing Andy Lynn compete for the first time this weekend. Bonus round about to ensue for Charlie and Emmy, but I believe it's all over. I believe Charlie's moving on, even if he weren't even to shoot one single raccoon.
Yeah, that's right. Of course he's going to. He wants himself the experience to practice. Let's see it. I'm interested to see what Emmy can do. We know Emmy's going to go down to the reload round, but a very good competitor. I want to see how she keeps up in this bonus round. If I keep up, I mean, she's taking the lead. Now we're tied 10-10. So So Emmy can shoot. That's one thing we
Yes.
know for sure. I think she's going to make a big run in the reload round.
She's got a great trigger to herself. I mean, one of the things that we saw her go out on was that doe that was almost damn near behind a tree. It's a really hard shot to make. And while she does that on that round, she came back strong in the following sight. So she does put up a pretty good fight, but Charlie comes away, tongue out, thumbs up. He feels good going off of that main stage. But, John, I think right now you got to look at the Gardner family. They're going to be playing prolifically all weekend long. But somebody that we both love, Andy Lynn, coming to the stage shortly.
Will we see a Trevor versus Charlie Gardner final? Like Jason and Travis Kelce, perhaps?
We saw Trevor and Charlie play last year, and Trevor put him down. I mean, he said,
Yeah,
look,
that's true.
you might be good, but you ain't going to compete against me.
Oh, we're missing a guy dancing on camera right now.
Oh, yes. Bring it in. Bring it in close. Bring it in tight.
Herbert and Dave Schaefer.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh,
he
yeah.
stopped. Come on. There you go.
Oh, go back to it.
Oh, that guy's having the time of his life. Is he wasted already? It's barely even 8 p.m.
He still does
Or maybe
have
he's
the
just high on
rhythm of
life.
a white dude, though. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm listening to the music, and I can say, yeah, no. I wouldn't want to be seen next to him either, baby. Don't worry. You ain't alone in that one.
All right, we got Andy Lynn playing. I'd love to jump into Game 5. Andy Lynn against Isaac Shaw. It's a good matchup. Game 5 would be my preference here.
Get us on
Andy
over
Lynn.
to Andy Lynn. I'd really like to see him compete here on the main stage.
And we got him, I think.
He's an incredible human being. Yeah, 1751 to 1335. Andy down, only going in sight 2, though. Let's see what Andy can come away with here.
A legend, the Big Buck Ninja, a staple in the Big Buck Hunter community. He created the Self-Portrait Project, which is a photo booth made from a Big Buck cabinet. And right now, he's looking good, 4-1. Make it 5-1.
Oh my God, those last 2 shots, John, I need to take a quick second. One of the things that helps you score in this game is the down and distance to your buck. So if you're only shooting a buck about 20 yards away, it ain't near as many points as if you get that buck about 40, 50 yards downrange. Andy Lynn picked this spot. He got the first 2 early, and then he kind of waited. He let his competitor get that 3rd buck because he knew the next 2 were coming downrange, and he got both of them for a ton of points. But Andy, after the first 2, he toes out here in the crossbow round.
That's right. It's giving an opportunity for Isaac Shaw here to bring it back, and he's going to do that. Taking his time with the bows, but he's going to miss 1. That's okay, because I think this will give him a dangerous trophy opportunity to tie it up, and he'll hit it. 1 shot, headshot, and just like that, Isaac Shaw down by 1K.
He brings himself back into this, right back into this matchup. And for those of you at home that are wondering why we are trying so hard to cheer for Andy Lynn, he's just a good human being all around. You called him the Big Buck Ninja. This is nothing against Isaac Shaw, probably a genuinely good human himself. But Andy, I mean, if you were ever in a tough spot and you needed a good friend, he's probably the person you want on your side.
Isaac Shaw, a.k.a. Ice, from Louisville, Kentucky, plays at the Mambo Hut. Got 45th place in 2021. Let's see if Isaac can pull off an upset. And oh my goodness, what a round from Isaac Shaw, an emergency doctor, by the way. That's one thing I love about the Big Buck community. He'll take the lead here, by the way. One thing I love about the Big Buck community, so diverse in occupations,
Snowcat operator, somebody's a babysitter.
A babysitter.
Just that's all it says.
Andre Rivas is fun employed. I think this is the 3rd year in a row he's been fun employed, by the way.
Let's see here, going into this 5th and final sight for Andy Lynn and Isaac Shaw. Andy Lynn has to come away with an impressive final sight here. Let's see if he can start off early. You can see him just getting that trigger finger ready. That's going to be 1 for 1. Now Andy Lynn looking for a 2nd, trying to come away with a victory here. 2-2, now 3-2. Andy needs these last 2. He needs them to go big. He gets 1, looking for it. He goes up 9,824 to 92.36.
What a 5th and final shot in sight for Andy Lynn. Capitalizes on the doe out coming from Isaac Shaw, and it all comes down to this bonus round, Colin.
Bonus round is going to be very important, and we've seen the trash bandit bonus all of this
Damn
first
raccoons,
round.
I can't wait to never see him again.
You hope to never see him again, just like me, my man. You're going to hate Rocket before long. Andy Lynn with 3 early, now getting it up to 6. Andy's got to stay in the lead here. He's got to pump those numbers up pretty quick and put Isaac down.
Sharpshooter, 8-4. Isaac punching back, gets 2 in a row, and they're keeping it tight. As long as Andy takes the win or ties, he will walk home with this one. Isaac has to win by at least 5-6 raccoons. I will never say that again in commentary ever.
Sometimes you got to get more raccoons to come out on top, but Andy Lynn, he's up by 5 now, and he's looking to shut this down, and that will be the end of it. Andy Lynn, the Big Buck Ninja, coming away with a victory.
By the way, for those that are new to the Big Buck community, there's the Big Buck Ninja Award, a community award of who's done the most for the community. Every single year it's given out at this event. Well, it's actually named after Andy Lynn. The man, the myth, the legend in the Big Buck community, does so much, such a staple, has contributed, has been here every single year since 2008, 9, or 10. A long-lasting competitor and staple in this community, and he'll move on to round number 2. Meanwhile, we got, is that Trevor Gardner on my screen? No, it's not another Gardner, but.
Taking a look here. Andrew
White
White
of the same
12,000 up, but Andrew's from that Wisconsin area too. He's
right.
from pretty much
Scony Snipers.
I was gonna say he's from the same, I think, clique as them, the same hunting party as the Scotty Snipers.
That's right. Got 3rd place at 2021. Top 3 was a bronze medalist. If we gave out medals, we don't. And I don't know if I missed the score here going into his last one.
He's up by almost double, almost triple.
Okay, he's got the win here. Andy White will walk home with the dub. Congratulations to Pope, 34-year-old bar manager from Prescott, Wisconsin. Works at the Prescott Tap, I believe. He'll take home a win over his opponent. As we are wrapping up round number 1 in this matchup and in this tournament so far.
Yeah, we're getting us very close to that round 2 situation here. A couple of more games to play. I believe I see Mr. Harvey coming up, Mr. Mark Harvey, Mr. Matthew Garver. We saw his better half. Let's go into game 5. If we can go on board with Matthew Garver, that'd be a great game to jump into. We saw Catherine Garver earlier go down in her first round matchup. See if her husband has any different luck here. It looks like we got a couple of good games coming up. The Chris the Dream Freem from the 7th Street Slayers is on the stream as well, but I think Matthew Garver's the game we got to go with.
Look at this head-to-head matchup here. You love to see the head-to-head stats between Matt Garver, who's clearly a veteran. Kirsten is competing, I think, for the 2nd time in her career. She got 103rd place last year. She's back again from the Braj Mahal, part of the Kings of the Weekend crew. We'll keep an eye on that matchup and keep you updated as much as we possibly can. We're jumping in to game number 5.
And we see here what game number 5 is going to have to possibly offer. It's 2-2 here. Matthew Garver needing a 3rd one. He's going to pick up that 3rd buck and a critter or 2 here. He's going for the 5th as well, and Matthew Garver feeling good at a 4-2 spread, but neither player picking up any of those critters. And I think, John, we have got a very important person in the audience now getting ready to be spoken to.
That's right. We have Omar.
Worried about competitiveness, you don't have to be worried anymore. What up? There we go. Look, this is a live selfie. I mean, we're live here. This is with the perennial competitor, Andy Lynn here. No better intro for that. So, Andy, look, you've been doing this for a while now. Yeah. You won your first round. You snuck it through a little bit. What is the dynamic out there right now? Maybe how is it different compared to previous years?
Yeah, I think this word gets overused, but it's actually kind of electric. Introducing the new old animal, caribou, which was very well loved in the old games, has introduced just an awesome element, and people are like super energized again and shooting.
And I think for people who look at any type of tournament, they think, oh, it's first round, top seeds will blow through the lower seeds and, everything moves on. It's been pretty competitive.
Dude, it's anyone's game, especially the first rounds, especially with, there's a lot of rookies this year, I think 44, right? But even the veterans, like your first round, man, you're still amped. And being able to control that energy is the skill that I think, maybe a lot of the rookies don't have down yet, but I've been doing it longer than anyone. I still get super fucking excited.
One of the things I think is unique, you've been doing it longer than anyone, is you go up there, obviously they're playing a lot of music, it's loud, you go up there, you have your own soundtrack. What do you do to try to control, to center yourself and keep your composure?
Yeah, for me, it's different for everyone. For me, it helps to I'll go find a place in the back where I can just see everything. I put in the headphones these days. Today I'm doing Wu-Tang and Jizza, and that's what gets me going, man. And then I go up there, I get distracted easily, so having those in helps me kind of focus. And I gotta say, RJ was the first one who started doing that shit, and I thought it was a little ridiculous at first, but it's effective.
First, Andy. Well, hey, may Wu-Tang power your wins today. Look, you do what you got to do to get ready, and if you win, nothing else matters. Yeah. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Omar, with the legend, Andy Lynn, longest-lasting competitor in Big Bucket in the community here. We're jumping right into game number 2. Melissa Romanek in a battle against none other than PB&J's very own, well, Julianne Jones.
Let's go, Julianne Jones, PB&J, represented on the stage last year. They had to hear me scream their name for 3 days straight at the opening ceremonies and both days of the tournament. I was the biggest PB&J fan, and I still will be the biggest PB&J fan. Those two human beings deserve all the love and graciousness you can give them because they are two stout human beings. But early this one, Miss Melissa Romanek comes away with 3. Julianne does out. Melissa can really put her in a bad spot if she can finish this off 6 for 6 and get the dangerous prey.
Opportunity here. Oh, barely misses it. Needed one more shot. Doesn't get the dangerous trophy. Could have had a perfect, sweet, perfect round instead. Well, Julianne stays alive. Melissa, massive round, goes up 2K. Melissa Romanek, for those that are unaware, from St. Paul, Minnesota, is a snowcat operator based on one of the pictures that she submitted a couple of years ago of her operating a snowcat in this competition. Hasn't done anything cool like that in a while. This year, she's with some fish.
Okay. Hey, look, fish are cool. Okay, they got bug eyes and stuff. They do things.
That's right.
I love how I said fish have bug eyes. That's really weird.
They
have other animals' features. 2-2 now. Julianne picks up a critter as well. 3-2. Julianne looking to pick up a 4th, but won't be able to get it. I believe she might get the victory, though. No, she won't. Even with the extra 50 points on the critter, she still loses in the point department, and Melissa Romanek will come out into a position here where she could come away with this victory over Julianne Jones if she can just stay in her game. We saw Melissa last year go out 2 times and go out in her final matchup. If she can stay on top of things and just go tit for tat with Julianne, it's going to be all over for Julianne in round 1.
Yeah, Julianne needs to go huge here. This is just a tough matchup. Julianne does out again. Melissa gets 4. Really rough matchup. You hate to see it in round 1. 2 longtime competitors of the ladies community here in Big Buck, 2 legends in the community. Julianne, one of the friendliest people I know, and you see it here on screen. Going into the bonus round, well, Melissa Romanek will have this one in the bag. Julianne, something tells me, has a dominant reload round ahead of her.
And look, I'm taking a look now that we know that Miss Melissa has come away with this victory. I'm looking at some of the competitors coming up, and I believe the Big Buck Hunter Community Mom is about to take center stage for everybody at home to witness Miss Amy Green, a.k.a. Green Lightning, on her social.
That's right. One of my favorite people in this community, one of the nicest, most wonderful, most beautiful people on the inside and out, by the way. Amy Green, a.k.a. Lightning, Amy Green. About to be on main stage here as Melissa Romanek will take this matchup. I'm excited to see what Melissa can do. Let's take a look at this head-to-head matchup here. We got Christopher Harper from Lexington, Kentucky, a relatively new competitor compared to Amy's been playing for a couple of years, becoming a staple in this community. Shoots left-handed, 35-year-old bartender from Lexington at O'Neill's Pub. I'm excited to see what Chris Harper can do, but guess what? He's going to be going up against a titan in the community. It's Amy Green.
John, I got to ask you, what is a T-Rex punch?
That's a great question. Is that a drink?
That's what his hunting
I gotta
feel
try
says.
it now.
His hunting feel is T-Rex punch. A couple of good matchups coming up as well. I believe Miss Samantha Giddens is coming up on screen as well. Miss Spammy is her nickname. I think she changed it from just straight up Sammy. I think somebody must have hit her with the Spammy, and she said that's going to be the one. That's what I'm going to live and die by, Spammy. There she is on stage.
And I'd love to do a little NFL Red Zone back and forth between her matchup and Christopher Harper and Amy Green's matchup. We'll show a little bit of both here. Smammy came to play. She's, I believe, part of the Orlando, Florida, Lakeland, Florida crew. 716 Burgers and Brew. Enjoys herself some White Claw. Is an advisor, 30 years old. Let's see what Smammy can do here.
Well, I'd advise her to get more bucks than her opponent, and I'd advise her not to dough out. Now 1-1, looking to make it 2-1. And this is going to be a good round 3 here for Mr. Boylinski.
That's right. Boslinski. Matt, well, you missed the Z. It's hard to see here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Boslinski.
Oh, both of them are going to miss the opportunity for the Dangerous Trophy. Oh, smiles between the two of them, though. Let's see what Smammy can do. 67th place last year. Just 2 away from the fun number. As Smammy, 8-point, or no, actually, we're jumping on board here with Josh Mills. Now we're back, sorry. 6K to 4.3K. Close matchup. I want to stay in this matchup if we can.
So you can come away with a victory here. They're going into what looks to be their final trek. So I believe Smammy has put herself in a position where she can't win this unless she went absolutely ballistic, went perfect. But Matt starts off with 2, looking for a 3rd. There's going to be Samantha with at least a critter and $2, but she goes out again. And John, I mean, look, if you ever wanted to see something get wrapped up, he had a chance to do it, but could not come away with enough points in that Site 5. We will go into the bonus round with a chance for Samantha Giddens to come away with a victory if she goes absolutely raucous.
Yeah, she's got to go bonkers here. It's a 1K lead right now for her opponent. See what he can do. As we're all down to this Raccoon final bonus round. And it's going to be Matt Pozlinski off to a good start.
See, up 6-3. Samantha trying to come back in this one. She's got to be pretty much perfect for the rest of this round. That's going to be 7-8 now. It's going to be 8-10. And go into that final screen here. Samantha needs to get basically all of them before her opponent can get any ups to come back in this one. But if it's tied up or in the favor of Matt, it's all over for Samantha. And I believe that will be it as Matt comes away with 16. And ladies and gentlemen, he will win that matchup, Mr. Basilinski.
And I love, one thing I love about Big Buck, well, it's always hugs after a game, loss or win. You show love. The entire community has so much love for one another. One of the most fun events. And it's the reason I will make sure I'm here every single year if invited, if given the opportunity. I love this event, I love this community, a community with so much love. But Boz, rookie, first-time competitor here at the Big Buck World Championship from Louisville, North Carolina, or maybe it's Louisville, North Carolina, plays at the Louisville Speakeasy, a.k.a. his home bar. Well, he's off to a good start.
Definitely off to a good start. And you know, John, sometimes I always worry about those guys that play at a home position because you get put onto a stage, you're not used to the lights, the sound, you're not used to your other playing competitors. That always feels like it has a chance to come back to haunt you. But I believe you're looking up somebody now that there was a history to him. I don't think he played last year because I don't remember him, but I believe you said there was something pretty special about Mr. Moskowitz.
He did play last year, longtime competitor. Andrew Moskowitz, a.k.a. Diddy from Hoboken, New Jersey, works on the community team at Reddit, actually, one of our beloved websites, front page of the world of the internet. We'll see what he can do. We'll try and keep an eye on him if we possibly can. He's played against Ray Upshaw. Ray Upshaw is part of the Texas contingent. Anubis Machete from Cedar Hill, Texas. The Texas shot takers have been growing year in and year out. This is a tough matchup.
Oh, did Amy Green come out on top in her matchup?
She did.
She did indeed. So Amy Green comes away with a first-round win, but another member of the 7th Street Slayers. And by the way, John, both of us are Slayer official. You
That's
see
right.
it here in the wristband. It is Slayer official. Yep. Mr. Jim Cleary will be going up against Melina Van Humison, one of the best Humisons in the world that I've ever had the chance to meet. But I hate to say it, John, I gotta kind of root for Mr. Cleary because my mother's side, or my father's mother's side of the family are the Clearys.
Oh, wow.
They were the Clark
I was
Clearys.
about to ask. I thought you were going to say, I hate to say it, but I've never met any other Humisons.
I've only met Mr. Humison. That's
Okay,
the only other
there's two
Humisons. Just, I've got a couple of Humisons in my life.
Sending love to Mr. Humison. Couldn't be here this weekend. So much love for the Humison duo, making it year in and year out. We're sending you love at home, as it's going to be the one and only, the better half, if you will, representing here in this matchup. Melinda, see what you can do.
Pump detected, shot detected. They're just making sure that the guns are working. They're making sure that they are staying on board with what they have to work with as they go into this first round. And Jim Cleary does out. Melinda Van Humison can really take an early lead in this one. $3, now 4, looking for 5. Can she ace it with a 6? And my goodness, it's like she's walking out of a 7-Eleven because she got a 6-pack on her.
I love it. She gives hugs. And by the way, it's Melinda, not Melina. I know Melina, by the way. She gives hugs mid-round. The things you love to see. So she has so much love to give, that's for sure.
So you're telling me they misspelled her name?
They did. Melina.
John. I'm just over here, buddy. I'm just saying your name at this point. It's a beautiful name.
Thanks.
Jim Cleary comes out with the first buck, and now the second and the third. The third will go over to Melinda Van Humison, and that will be $3 in the pocket for Jim. Now 4, and that'll be a 4-2 round. Jim trying to claw his way back in.
But notice, despite getting double the bucks, only a 700 or 800 point difference because Melinda was able to pick up the long-range buck. For those that are new to Big Buck Hunter watching at home, the further the distance, the more points you get, in addition to amplifiers like accuracy bonuses, and can you hit them with one shot right in the heart or the head?
Yeah,
so that'll give you more points.
I was talking with Mr. Gardner earlier, Mr. Trevor himself, and we kind of jokingly called it the down and distance to the buck, and you see Jim picking up those first 2 early ones, but Melinda comes out with an early and a secondarily distance buck and the 3rd distance buck, and it puts Jim in a spot to doe out, and that should be a huge round for Melinda Van Humesen. She should take a commanding lead going into site number 4.
Huge.
She is well within her rights to come away with this round 1 victory.
Melinda is playing lights out so far this tournament. This is unlike anything I've seen from Melinda in the last 2 competitions I've had the pleasure of casting. She is showing up this weekend, and it is showing. Jim Cleary is no easy competitor.
Oh, it's the emotional support animal.
We do have a Chihuahua live in our audience, my friends. That's why you should come make it out to Joe's on Weed in downtown Chicago, because we have Chihuahuas.
I didn't know he was, but we'll find out anyway what can happen in this next matchup.
Yeah, so Jim comes from the St. Paul, Minnesota crew. He's a experienced competitor. 7th Street Slayers, that's right.
2 early bucks again for Jim. Can he pick up the 3rd? He does. Now looking for a 4th. Jim gets 4. Looking for 5. That's going to be going over to Melinda, but Melinda does out. Jim gets 5. Will that be enough to put him in a position to try to overtake Melinda Van Humesen?
By the way, quick update, Benoit Cornet, nice shot getting the Dangerous Trophy. Benoit Cornet in his first ever matchup here, the rookie, is up 8,000 to 3,000. Benoit is looking to take home his first ever round win in the Big Buck tournament.
One of the things I like talking to Benoit about is earlier Mr. Cornet came away and said that, you know, he plays a lot of solo. He doesn't really play the versus mode, so I wasn't sure how he'd do in the versus mode. But one thing he did tell me is that he's very confident in his shot. He's very confident in his accuracy. If you can be confident in that and you can come away with some early bucks to put the pressure on your opponent, you really put yourself in a position to win these matchups. 1 site left, 89 to 57, 8,900 to 5,700. Favor of Melinda Van Humesen. Jim Cleary comes out with 1. Melinda answers back. 1-1 now. Does out. Jim Cleary turns away from the monitor, and John, as a competitor, you know that's got to sting. He knows that at this point she has put herself out of reach, and they're going to put the shotguns up and give a big hug and share one after the round because she knows it's all over for him.
Yeah, Melinda stays lights out. What a round 1 way to come out swinging. Melinda's playing incredibly well so far. I have been beyond impressed. And this one's all been over. So they'll go into the bonus round. They'll play it for good measure. At the end of the day, Melinda, with double the score of Jim Cleary, will be the winner. I want to take a moment to highlight a big storyline in this competition. We didn't talk enough about it. 3 players coming from Australia. We don't have Meg or Sean. Our heart goes out to them. I believe Sean had a recent baby. Congratulations to them and the family. Meg just got a big girl job. Congrats to her. She's an event coordinator now. I think she wears a suit to work. I don't know. That's what Will Brownlee said. So she could make it. But we got 2 new folks from Australia. Blake Rabbit, a.k.a. Bulk Bogan. If you don't know what a bogan, do you know what a bogan is? A bogan is like a hobo or like a redneck of Australia.
What are you trying to say? So they're my people.
They're your people.
They're my people.
Yeah.
I got to go meet Blake in a minute. Hold up. I'm leaving the stream. I'll see you later. I got to go talk to Mr. Rabbit about his being a bogan.
Yeah, that's right. So Blake, we also got Adrian Biliau from Orange, New South Wales. There's a place in Australia called Orange, only in Australia.
You know what rhymes with orange?
Nothing.
I don't know either.
Shout out to the rookies, the 2 Aussies making it out. You'll love to see it. They play, I think they drive over an hour to play Big Buck.
Oh my God.
No way.
Oh my God. Woo! Little Ric Flair in the action. 2 claps on Ric Flair.
Was that a Ric Flair Dolly 3 created? Is that an AI created Ric Flair?
No, that was just Ric Flair. Ric Flair is a creation of his own. AI, if you asked AI to create Ric Flair, you wouldn't know what you'd get out of it because there's no way you can do anything but let Ric Flair be Ric Flair, baby. He's a 16-time world champion.
That's right. Look, it's round 1 is complete, done and dusted. Our first round of the competition. We're going to take a quick break. Let's go ahead and throw it to the highlights from last year. In case you missed the competition at Joe's Live in Rosemont, let's take a look at the 2022 Big Buck World Championship. Welcome to the 15th annual Big Buck Hunter World Championship.
I'm back. This is the place. This is the weekend that everybody wished they could have.
It's kind of electric being up there.
Being on stage in front of everybody.
I
was really looking forward to seeing everybody and kind of reconnecting and seeing what everyone's been up to. It's just a really good community of people who really love the game.
You got to be able to focus because they're going to come at you real hard fast. And to walk in here to see 20 machines, the stage, the screens, the merch, everything was just the world that I didn't know existed.
Welcome to Day 2, Championship Saturday of the Big Buck World Championship.
Hey, it's a World Championship, not just meet and greet.
This is the matchup coming up next.
Andy Vico has been one of the best shots all weekend long. Will Bromley is like a tank. Andy Vico goes out. Will Bromley, all he's got to do is tag him up.
He's done it. Will Bromley has done it.
I'm the new world champion.
Hey guys, this is Brian from Arcade 1-Up, and I'm here to introduce the newest addition to our Deluxe line, Big Buck Hunter Pro Deluxe. There's a certain level of quality you come to expect from us here at Arcade 1-Up, and this machine is no different. You have a seamless one-piece design, 3D molded coin door, and our signature screw caps. What makes this so exciting is that we're introducing our first ever shooter into the Deluxe line. We've partnered with our developers at Raw Thrills to bring you Big Buck Hunter Pro, Big Buck Hunter Pro Open Season, Big Buck Safari, and Big Buck Safari Outback, providing you with a globe-trotting adventure in which you can hunt the prey you've been looking for. And we are bringing this into your home at the most affordable price.
Raw Thrills is bringing the iconic Nerf brand to arcades and FECs everywhere. This huge branded family-friendly redemption game will launch with a giant 65-inch LED display, 2 seated player positions, and massive collections potential. Nerf Arcade is a high-adrenaline virtual shooting gallery that has been tailored for a mass audience of all ages. The game's target-rich environment is always active, so a player can join at any time. The default gameplay is 45 seconds per credit, but can be adjusted to best suit the location's needs. Nerf Arcade's 2-seated player terminals can easily fit into any floor space. The 3 virtual representations of actual Nerf blasters and toys help make this one of the hottest and most highly recognizable games around. By scanning the QR code displayed at the conclusion of every game, players can share their scores on social media and also win prizes. The instant brand recognition, bright, powerful LEDs, and huge screen give Nerf Arcade a mesmerizing presence in any location.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Buck Hunter World Championship. This is Friday evening. I am Colin the Crow Clark. My main man, John of Fallout Kefalukos, has had to step away for just a moment, but round 2 is about to get underway. In round 1, we had some tough matchups. We had some higher seeds having to play some people that we know and love, and we ended up coming away with some winners that maybe we didn't expect, a couple upsets, but we go into round 2, and as these rounds get higher and higher, these matchups are going to get tighter and tighter. Everybody's going to have to be on the tip top of their game like they stand above Mount Everest to be able to take their victories home and be able to have a smile on their face at the end of the night. I saw Chris Tresso back up on the board already, so I'm going to definitely be interested in seeing his matchup. But let me take a look here over some of these matchups, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. I need game 1. I need Jordan Klassen. Jordan Klassen, part of the Sass Buck Hunters from Saskatchewan, Canada. I dubbed him the Diaper Dandy last year as he was a rookie. It was his first ever event. He went absolutely on fire, finished in the top 10 and came away with a lot of money and a hunger for more. This year, it's his second year back into this bracket, and now instead of a Diaper Dandy, he will be the sophomore sensation, and I have no doubt in my brain after talking to him earlier and seeing how he felt for the weekend that he would be able to come out on top in some of these early matchups. And I know that my voice can get a little annoying, so there's no doubt in my mind that having this man back on the desk will make everybody at home smile that much bigger. The one, the only, the legend, John Fallout Kefalukos.
Look, first off, that was the best intro I've ever gotten. Second, I think your voice is beautiful. You have the voice of an angel.
Thanks.
It's true. Fact only. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I was eating an apple fritter, and my fiance, family, friends are here. It's quite the event. Having this every year in Chicago, I try to invite as many family and friends out as I can. Why? Because it's a giant party. Literally, it's such a good time. If you are in the Midwest, if you're in the Chicagoland area, if you're anywhere within a 7 to 10 hour drive radius, you better be here tomorrow. The championship Saturday, grand finale of the Big Buck Hunter World Championship, live from Joe's on Weed Street in Chicago. What a day it's been so far.
Well, Jordan Klassen's game has started up, game number 1, and he starts off with a 3,000-point lead in that first matchup. So I'd really like to go into game 1, into Jordan Klassen's game. The Diaper Dandy of last year, the sophomore sensation this year, second year in the championship bracket, looking to try to come away with a victory. But, John, what is sad about Jordan's game is that it's two Sass Buck Hunters going up against each other, so somebody will get knocked into the reload bracket. Janelle coming out with that first buck. Jordan looking to even it up. Janelle with 2 now. No Joe out in this second sight. Janelle with 3. Janelle looking for 4, looking for more, but that's going to be Jordan's first. Jordan's second. Jordan third. He drops the first 3, but he gets the last 3 and comes away with a point differential victory for himself and continues to mount up the point differential.
Yeah, this is tragic. Janelle's a rookie, looking really good so far, too. Looking to get the same rookie magic that Jordan Gladson had last year. And keep in mind, we always talk about the ominous, the impossible to achieve award of a rookie female champion who can take home $35,000. Janelle's looking good so far, and Janelle has a chance to do it here with a win over Jordan. That'd be crazy.
Jordan does out, and that's a chance for Janelle to pick up some of those quitters, to pick up a few more bucks, try to get that point differential to be a little bit smaller. It was 3,000. Now it's down to a 700-point differential, but now it's in favor of Janelle Farndon. And, John, would you like a fun fact about the SAS Buck Hunters?
Yeah, I would.
They have 2 Janelles. They took pictures earlier at the Big Buck Ninja photo booth, and it was the Janelle photo op. That's what I was told, and it's both women named Janelle from the SAS Buck Hunters.
Wow. I think Janelle Farndon's the only one competing in the tournament, but that is a very good fun fact. I like it indeed. Janelle Farndon, Janelle F of the Janelles, well, she needs a big last round here. That's going to be a huge round, 3.3K to only 800 points for Janelle, and it's all going to come down to this last and final sight for Janelle F. She's got to go big.
I would love to see if Jordan's idea for this, if he's going to start off picking off that first buck, if he tries to start really quickly in this final sight and then pick up a few critters to just give himself enough padding to go into that bonus round. And Janelle does out on her second shot. If Jordan just picks up the rest of these bucks, John, I think he can give handshakes and hugs, and Janelle can see herself in the reload bracket.
That's right. That's going to be it. Double the score, and Jordan will walk away with it. And that's the tough part, being a rookie. You start strong, you don't realize how crucial it is to avoid a dough out. And that just happened right there. If we could change
Game 2, let's see what Game 2 score lead is right now. I'd like to take a look at that. It just ended. I believe Chris Presso just won his second matchup of the tournament as well. He went up over, I cannot tell, I think that's Beth or Betty.
That's Beth. Beth Bolick. Chris Tresso, longtime competitor, also part of the SAS Buck Hunters. Old Tresso, they call him. He is a polar bear wrangler in his 30s from Regina.
There's some
That's what they do up there.
I'm going to tell you right now, later on, you and I are going to have to step off a broadcast, and I'm going to tell you my favorite joke about polar bears.
Okay, you can't do it on the broadcast.
Not a chance that I can tell you about it because it involves some gore and some death, and it's not good, buddy. You can't talk about those sites. You want to keep the vibe up.
That's true. That is true. Something tells me good old Chris Tresso knows something about what you're going to tell.
I'm sure he's going to know all about what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Chris. His picture features a popped
Oh,
collar.
Patrick Heelan just went down. I believe that's one of the other 7th Street Slayers. So 7th Street Slayers early losses. Trevor Gardner's coming up next against Adam Buss. That's going to be a good matchup coming up on. And Nicholas Sinadinos, your boy, after the comeback victory, will come up next onto the stage as well. So we've got some pretty interesting matchups coming up onto the stage, but I think we've got to stay glued to Trevor. Trevor looking to get back into that championship circle, looking to maintain GOAT status. He said if you don't, he's going up against one of the Crypto Bros.
He's against the Crypto Bros. Why do we call them the Crypto Bros? I have no idea.
I don't know.
They were the Finance Bros. He's a financial planner, and Colin just took it to whole new heights. Adam Buss, also known as Buck Strategist Buss, coming from St. Andrews, Manitoba.
Should I go with the money manipulators?
No, that just sounds mean.
Okay.
Money manipulators?
Yeah, they manipulate their money. They're
I couldn't think of one thing worse than calling them Crypto Bros, and you found it.
I like alliteration, okay? You give me 2 consonants back to back, I'm always going to pick that one.
And you're going to disrespect the entire industry, the finance
the fine industry of financial advisors.
That's
Not
right.
one of them has ever been crooked of anything ever.
All right, so we got a Canadian, Adam Buss, going up against a wannabe Canadian, Trevor Gardner from Wisconsin. They're basically Canadian up there. As we got Adam Buss tied right now, the rookie.
He dowed out, though. He dowed out. Trev can get a big advantage here. I apologize. Sometimes because of that webcam in the bottom right corner of that feed, the player feed in that camera, you might miss the dough out from the orange gun. And for everybody at home that might be wondering why Trev likes to pick the green gun, he says it's because the green gun is
better.
First place.
First place.
The first place trophy's the green gun.
Say that.
And so he enjoys playing as the green gun because it reminds him of winning.
And money.
That's
and
right.
Success.
Money's a good thing too. Oh,
Unless
another dough out.
Yeah, and that's a big downfall of these rookies here, right? You take a look at Adam Buss, you take a look at the rest of the crew coming from T-WAG or TWAG in St. Andrews, Manitoba. They're rookies. It's their first time playing, and again, you don't realize how difficult it is not going out in these competitions. What's so funny?
I just find it funny that, like, I've seen like T-Rex punch, I've seen like a Tito and something, I've seen like a Bacardi and Coke. My man is, I would almost say, like an American classic. From Canada, he picked Bud Light as his hunting fuel.
Of all things, he could have picked Canadian beer. I don't know any Canadian beer off the top of my head. I used to.
Do Canadians have their own beer?
They have a lot. Yes, they do have their own beer, Colin.
You got to forgive me, brother. I don't know. I thought they drank nothing but glacier water up there.
Andrew Gart's going to go out. It doesn't matter, though. He's going to take the 42 lead. Look, I got a lot of love for Adam Buss. I don't know why. I've never met him. Something tells me the fact that anyone that submits his firm's financial planning picture of him in a suit and tie for a Big Buck Hunter World Championship is a guy I got a lot of love for. But he's going up against Trevor Gartner, the GOAT, 4-time world champion for the Big Buck Hunter tournaments. It's going to be tough to do for anybody.
I mean, it's tough to do it was tough to do last year. He damn near came away with a victory. He ended up slipping up in that top 10 situation for himself. Going into the next site here, this is going to be Trevor Gartner's position to try to put him away, and we will see those first couple of shots ring out, and Adam will come away with 2. Trevor picks up 2 himself. That's going to tie it up. Now Trevor takes the 3rd, looking for the 4th, and final Buck on the site. Couldn't be able to get it even off screen there, trying to get a few more shots in, but, I mean, he's up almost quadruple the points. It's 35-50 to 11-265, and I ain't no mathematician, but that's a big point difference, baby.
All right, well, look, this match is all done and dusted. Trevor Gartner most likely going to run away with it, given his lead. We actually have Omar live for yet another interview in the crowd with the community. Let's go ahead and throw it over to Omar.
Look, the beauty of this tournament is that you never know what's going to happen in the first round. I got to think it's March Madness and then Big Buck Championship, somewhere right there. And case in point, we got Nicholas Jewell here, Nick Jewell. So if you weren't paying attention and you missed it, Nick went up against a top 10 seed and Patrick Heelan, and you came out with the win. What was going through your mind heading into the bonus game when you kind of realized, all right, maybe I've got this here?
Yeah. Heading into the bonus game, I just wanted to make sure that I hit as much as I could, kept it close so that I didn't let him get away with anything. But I just wanted to make sure I didn't give up a big lead.
And compare the feeling for me when you realized you were going to face a top 10 seed in the first round before the match versus how you feel now.
Yeah, well, I knew that I was outmatched at the beginning, and I just wanted to play as aggressive as possible. I got lucky, he hit a doe early, and I capitalized. My boys behind me screaming feast, letting me know to go in, and that's all I needed.
They're yelling feast, yeah, feast.
You gotta feast when you get a chance. Yeah.
And look, for people that don't know, he's repping MIT, not just a school, MIT athletics here. So I'm going to call you a dual athlete. Can I just say that? That's it, you're a dual athlete here. All right. So as an athlete, what do you think the key is going to be here for you to continue some of what you've been able to do in this first round?
Yeah, staying limber, taking advantage of the free beer, and getting back up there on stage, making it happen.
Amazing. So as you're watching, if you hear an errant feast in the background, this guy's probably doing a little bit of eating up there. We'll see. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Omar. And yeah, dual athlete indeed. Professional esports athlete with a Big Buck Hunter Championship by day and MIT athlete by night. Probably flip those, but yeah, you got it.
I'm not going to even lie to you, John. His nickname is Fievel. He's nicknamed himself after the mouse from the old American cartoon. It's like from the early 90s.
See, I didn't even know that. He's like 10 years younger than me. How did he know that?
I don't even know how he knows that, but I'm wondering why he's even nicknamed after a small mouse. That's the question I got to ask.
Is it like a Mighty Mouse?
No, he's an old Western mouse. He got his double guns out, man. He was going to the Wild West. Have you never seen Fievel Goes West?
No.
You got to look that up, brother. It's a classic. It's an instant classic, but he's from MIT. He's probably smarter than both of us put together.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's an athlete, and he's a connoisseur of classic Americana cinema.
And he enjoys himself a whiskey ginger on the weekends. This guy's a man of many traits, many skills. Well, guess what? He took out the top 10 player, top 10 seed. Let's take a look here at what we see on the main stage right now. We got Janelle Baumet, the other
Adam
Janelle,
Holm
versus Derek King, about to go live.
I think you want Adam Holm. I think you want game 1 or game 2. Adam Holm on game 1, one of the higher seeds, one of the better players on the planet. getting ready to go into battle. He's one of those top seeds. I believe he's a top 5 seed as well. So I think game 1 is where we have to go. I think he's got to be the guy we spot on this one.
He also calls himself a chucklehead, so I don't know if what that says about him. Adam Holm, the chucklehead.
What is a chucklehead?
Someone that laughs a lot.
Okay, I'm not mad at that at all.
It's a good description.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know, but I've been called worse things, okay? I've been called a lot worse things.
That's fact. 8th place in 2018 at the World Championship. He's a musician, 34 years old, right-handed. Let's see what he can do.
Was he a top 5 seed?
Yes, he is.
Nice. I'm trying to remember seeds and faces. That's usually what I'm going with. I try not to remember every name I see. Early in that
fun
first
fact,
set,
4 of our top 5 seeds are Canadian.
And from the Sassbuck Hunters, aren't they?
3 of them.
3 of them?
Yeah.
Who's the one that's not?
Adam Holm is not.
He just comes all by his own?
Yeah. He's an Oilers fan.
An Oilers fan?
I'm assuming.
I mean, he's from Edmonton, right?
Yeah,
You got to be an Oilers fan
exactly,
at that point.
Exactly.
Are you like? I think you get banished from Edmonton if you're not an Oilers fan.
And you get banished from Canada if you're not a hockey fan. Well, guess what? Adam Holm against Robert Roddy right now. It's looking like it's a closer match than I would have thought.
Robert Roddy was the gentleman that I think took down Catherine Garver in round 1, if I remember correctly.
He's a rookie as well.
So he's got. Look, one of the things that I will say, John, in this tournament, when you come in as a rookie, you don't feel any pressure whatsoever. I mean, the vibe is at an all-time high for you. I think you come in here and you say, nobody expects anything from me. Nobody thinks I'm going to come out on top in these matchups. You can go out, play your game. You can take the shots that you want to take because people don't expect you to win anyway. And he comes out in round 1, takes care of Catherine Garver. He's up now on Adam Holm, a top 5 seed in round number 2. So he's got to be feeling good, got to be feeling great.
That's right. And he's going to bounce back here and goes out, though. That's tragic. Adam Holm with an opportunity now. Gets one. And it's going to be a 3-2 win. And just a 1,300, 1,400 lead for Adam Holm. So, again, yeah, I got to agree with you. He's got to be feeling good. Against the top 5 seed Adam, his first ever World Championship. I'm impressed with what I've seen so far from Rob, a.k.a. Robert Roddy, from Hastings, Minnesota.
Now we see site number 4, Dangerous Trophy, on the prowl in this one as well. And I think, John, one of the things you got to be careful when you're hunting these big game trophies, man, you got to hit them first couple of shots, put that bad boy down.
Did you intentionally talk louder into the microphone and whisper there to emphasize? For emphasis?
Yes,
wow.
I wanted emphasis because a lot on this particular Dangerous Trophy, you're gonna see. Look at him; he's hiding behind those 2, and that's why you got to hit those early shots. He hides behind those 2 does. If you don't hit those early shots, you damn near let him get too close for comfort. Comes in for the big swipe.
Yeah, something you wouldn't know because you got 2,000 points in our match earlier.
Don't worry, baby. I'll get you back one of these days. It'll happen. I don't know when. I don't know where.
Round 3. 2024.
That's the tiebreaker.
That's the tiebreaker. That's the 3 tiebreakers.
What you don't realize, I'm about to buy one of these games. I'm going to be playing all year long. I'm mad now. You don't upset me. I'm going to get yelled at by my wife. My girl's going to be kept up all night long because
they'll join you. Your wife will be competing here alongside you so she doesn't miss her birthday weekend.
Did you happen to hear how loud these machines are at home? Adam Holm, by the way, has doubled up. I mean, dominated these last two sites and has doubled up his opponent. I was talking to some of the pros earlier. If you have it on anything louder in your house than like volume 2, it's unbearable. They go to volume 100.
No, they don't.
They do, and the competitors say that volume 2 is unbearable. One of our new little mini games here as the boxes come out of Pappy's truck. You got to shoot them, and then you got to hit the moonshine barrels as well. Love to see this one absolutely featured on stream.
How many barrels come out of each box?
So you're looking at 50 targets. You're probably looking at 30 or 40 barrels, 30, 40 boxes, and then what's left in barrels.
They shoot them so fast you can't even tell. There you go. 3 barrels, I think. 2 or 3 barrels. And it looks like Adam Holm's going to take home the win. Congrats to Robert Roddy, though, making it to round 2, going down to the reload round. Again, if you're watching from home, it's a double elimination tournament, much like the College Softball World Series. You can lose twice. So if you lose one match, don't worry. You still got a redemption match or a bracket run in the reload round.
Another impressive win by Sarah
Is she
Erlandson.
playing?
I mean, yeah, she won in her second round. I mean, that's back-to-back really impressive wins. She's the young lady that she's won it. I think she's the Big Buck Hunter queen at this point. I think that's the only way you can describe her. I think she's won the female tournament more than anybody else. Joseph Gold coming out on top in his round 2 matchups. Taking a look here, we got Andy Miko and Andre Rivas coming to the big stage. But game 5, John, my heartfelt pick. I got to look again. Look at me, camera. Look at me when I say this. Federico is about to be on stage, and I need to see that man compete, okay? He's one of the best people here in this whole shindig. He's the number 3 overall seed, I believe, the number 2 overall seed. And Federico Reed, Mr. Fed himself, I need to see his gameplay this weekend.
Yeah, top 5 in 2021, was looking like he was a staple top player in the world. And had a disappointing finish for his standards in 2022. Still a solid finish, but not that top 5 he was hoping for. So we'll see if he can bounce back here in 2023. Fed, a.k.a. Federico Reed. His mother always attending and supporting him, the loudest lady in the crowd. We'll be seeing Federico from Massachusetts on stage coming up next. It's going to be a great matchup.
He goes up against Lauren Keller, another one of those Texas shot taker players. Lori Keller, excuse me. She's another Texas shot taker. She's also part of the contingent that has the emotional support Chihuahua. So I wonder if she's going to need some emotional support after going up against the guy in Federico Reed, because from every chat I've had with anybody this weekend, Fed is one of the most feared competitors because he's just so good at memorizing where everybody's going to be coming out.
We got the emotional support Chihuahua and the emotional support Mama, who's here in attendance. Shout out to Fed's mom, also showing up. Excited to see what will happen in that matchup. Federico, a.k.a. Fed, of the Massachusetts Markman. That's his hunting party. 23 years old, software engineer intern, a brilliant young man, really nice young man. He taught you a thing or two about not Ferris wheels.
Merry-go-rounds.
Yeah,
carousels.
He knows a lot about
carousels. He knows a lot about carousels. He starts off in this one 28-44 to 11-83, 4-2 in the first sight. They're going to pick up sight number 3 as their secondary sight, and Lori Keller goes out in her very first shot. Turns away from the screen. She's got to be feeling absolutely terrible about that one. But Federico Reed with 5 to his name. I think we can get a camera shot on Miss Reed because she's cheering right below us, John. You can see her right here in front of us. She has got both hands going as hard as they can, cheering for the one, the
we
only
gotta get a roaming cam.
Federico Reed, baby.
We gotta get a roaming cam out here to show Fed's mom going absolutely buck wild in the crowd. Fed, fun fact about Fed, he's one of the only players that doesn't play at eyesight level. He plays at chest level. So take a look at him. Everyone else lines, aims down sight with their eye. He does not. But still very, very textbook. 2-2 right now. They're tied up. Fed's going to get that one. Can he get the fourth? No, he's going to doe out, but she won't cap. Oh, yes, she will. Lori Keller, the last possible frame, but she'll doe out for the bear. Misses the dangerous trophy.
Misses the dangerous trophy, but it's okay. Federico Reed has a commanding lead. I had to step away from that moment for just a second because Federico Reed is on fire. I had to cheer for him just a little bit because my man, he's got to be feeling good. 6,000 point differential going in to sight number 4. Lori Keller has to go absolutely massive in these last 2 sights, and both of them are crossbow sights, so a little bit more difficult to contend with.
That's right.
Here we go, starting off. Lori tries to pick up the first, but does out in her very first crossbow bolt. Fed picks up a critter there, $4 and a critter, $5 and a critter, $6 and a critter.
And that's
turns
a staple.
Around.
You know how Jordan had the jump fist pump? Federico's staple won't raise his one fist up, looks back at his mother. That's the Federico celebration staple, and he'll run away with this one. Let's take a look at game 2 if we can. We see his mom on screen right now. Look at the emotion. This is a round 1 matchup, by the way. Round 2, sorry. Look at the emotion coming through. You love it. Let's jump into game 2, though. This is a close one. 6K to 6K. Tyler Sabala against Andy Miko. And Andy's going to finally run away with it. But Tyler's showing
Andy
up.
was, the runner-up overall last year, going up against Big Buck Bromley himself, Mr. Will Bromley. But Andy Miko with his hands full there. And Federico, I mean, he's got that one. He's running away with that one. That's going into a bonus round. Let's go on over to Andy Miko here. Andy Miko picking up that first buck in the fight. Now picking up 2 and a 3. Looking to try to come back in this one. Let's see if Tyler can get a secondary buck. But no, that's going to be Andy Miko. 4-2 differential, 1,300 point differential, and that is a 4,000 overall.
If we can switch over to game 3, bonus round is starting right now. This one's done. Andy Miko will take home the win. But game 3, as we jump into it, well, it's going to be a great matchup. We have a couple 100-point differential. Victoria Nicholas versus Ashley Kent Burgess. It all comes down to this.
Let's see who can come out here on top. It's going to be early buckets and barrels going over to Victoria Nichols. Ashley Ken Burgess trying to claw his way back into this one here. And Ashley looking to try to get back into it. It's 14-16. Victoria up by 5. Now it's closed the gap. Up by 1. Tied up. But Ashley Ken Burgess, he went 6 for 6 and comes away, I believe, with a bonus victory. Will that be enough to secure the W? Meanwhile, we see the final round score, 26-23, and that will be settled, but I believe that goes in favor of Victoria Nicholas, John. Victoria Nicholas comes away.
Wow. There it is. Victoria takes the win over Ashley, who got 19th place last year. It was a strong showing for AKB out of Austin, Texas, but Victoria with the dub. Congratulations to her. She, of course, is coming. I don't know where she's from. Where's Victoria from?
I think she's Victoria.
She's part of the Florida crew.
From the
yes,
7-16.
I thought so. With Smammy. Winter Haven, Florida. 89th place last year. Round 2, she stays perfect. She goes on to round 3.
That's what you want from your teammates. Look, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, John, and I know it's probably a little bit of a different situation, but do you agree with him with the way he talked about when you're not playing and you're just watching your teammates? Does it help give you energy if your teammates are popping off like that? Is that something that you as a competitor would want to see, like, oh my God, SAS Buck Hunters, we came out on fire, that's got to make me feel better? Or does that add pressure to a guy like Drew?
In my eyes, look, a rising tide lifts all boats, Colin. If you see that tide rise, you see your whole squad, all your crews performing, they're going to raise the bar for you. I think that only helps in my eyes. And I'm excited to see what the rest of the Saskatchewan Buck crew can do as they continue. But they've had a couple of friendly fire matchups. They've played against each other, which has been unfortunate and difficult as well. That's going to be it for round number 2. Really, really great matchups there that we saw on screen. We're going to jump to a quick break, give you some more recap videos. We'll be back. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. We got more matchups? No, I lied.
Yeah, we got Andy Lynn coming to stage. We got Philip Beaupre.
I saw Dave Snipes on
Drew
stage,
Baldock.
and I thought the round was over. I was wrong.
No, we got 3 great games on deck. We got Amy Sample going up against Drew Baldock. We got my main man, Andy Lynn, going back on the stage against Leigh Herbert and Philip Beaupre, Mr. PB from the
Battle of the
PB&J,
New Yorks,
going up against Nick Helton. So we've got 3 great games. John, I'm going to let you pick which one. You want to see Andy, you want to see Phil, you want to see Drew?
Let's go to the Battle of the Boroughs. Let's stick with New York. Andy Lynn.
Game 3,
we saw his
baby.
stats there, 83,000 bucks killed in his career, lifetime player, lifetime hero in this community. Here we go. He always has a pregame ritual. Likes to line up his target, get focused, let his teammates select the level.
Let's see here what they do in this early one. That's going to be one going over to Leigh, trying to get a secondary here. That's going to be tied up 1-1. A couple of critters picked up. Leigh Herbert. Now it's going to be 2-1, 3-1. Andy Lynn down in this one. They're trying to pick up a secondary one, and that'll be 3-2 after that first round. But a couple of critters picked up by Andy Lynn. A bird, I believe, was picked up by Andy Lynn.
423-point difference here between the two of them. It's neck and neck. Close matchup. I'm glad we're watching this one. We'll keep an eye on the Drew Baldock, reigning champion from 2021. That matchup will be crucial, but right now we got Andy, we got Leigh.
Taking a look around here, just some of the other screens, but game 1 is going to be Andy Lynn, Leigh Herbert. Andy Lynn not trying to start things off. Leigh Herbert gets the first. Andy answers up. Andy with a couple of critters there. Now trying to get the secondary one. That's going to go over to Leigh. And Andy Lynn does out. Leigh Herbert can put the pain on him in this secondary site, and he does just that. Up 3,000 now. Phil Beaupre up in his match. Drew Baldock up in his match. So 2 of the favorites up.
That's right. We got a lot of legends on this stage right now. If you want to watch any match that you want to watch, well, we have all 5 matches being broadcasted. Go to BigBuckHunter.com. You can watch your POV, whichever match you want. You don't got to listen to us talking heads as we continue here with Andy Lynn in a deficit.
Andy Lynn looking to pick up 2 there, does just that. Now looking for a third, but that's going to go over to Leigh, and Leigh's going to get a lot of points off of that one as it was from downtown. Andy gets the 3rd and 4th. Only one left is that trophy, and it's coming out of the left-hand side here. But I think John needs an update on game number 3. Let's jump over there for just a moment.
Yeah, let's jump over to game 3 if we can. We got a good matchup. Philip Beaupre is currently down. The member of PB&J needs a big round, and guess what? He's getting it. That's going to be 3 in a row. Philip Beaupre shows up when it matters most, but he's going to dough out Nick Helton now with an opportunity.
Nick picks up that very last one and a critter, but that's going to be 77-53 to 64-43. Favor of Philip Beaupre, Mr. PB from PB&J, a top 10 seed himself. I believe he was 8th or 9th in that situation, and they go into this final sight, I believe. One more on the deck And if he comes out with another big round here, he puts himself in a position to win before having to go into the bonus. Let's see what happens here. Phil picks up the first. That's going to be 1-1 now. Philip Beaupre, Mr. PB himself, going for the secondary one, needing to reload, picks up the second, long range, picks up the third, going for 4. He doesn't need any more. Philip Beaupre comes away 11K to 6,000.
And that's why peanut butter is the superior ingredient. I don't know if that made sense. I like peanut butter better than jelly in a sandwich.
What kind of jelly?
Either grape or strawberry. Peanut butter
What about blackberry?
Peanut butter carries the PB&J sandwich.
Yeah, but I'm saying like blackberry jelly.
It's good,
but it's still peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter.
Crunchy or smooth?
You could give your dogs medicine with peanut butter.
Crunchy or smooth?
Smooth for sure. Not even close.
Okay, all right.
We asked Julianne if Phil is crunchy or smooth peanut butter. You asked her earlier, and she rightfully said he's smooth.
All
Good
right.
choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come here now, 11-1. Phil Beaupre trying to stay neck and neck with Nick, and as long as they stay neck and neck, Phil will come away with a victory here. Charlie Gardner, meanwhile, in game number 5 on the stage, comes away with a victory of his own in his matchup, in his round 2 matchup, and so will Philip Beaupre. PB will come away round 2 with another dub.
Yep.
Fist bumps, high fives, everybody showing love.
That's right. Phil Beaupre has been a staple, top 10 performer, really consistent the last couple of years. Got second place in 2019 World Champs. Last couple of years, continuous top 20, top 10 finishes. Andy Lynn, though, let's go back into that match in the bonus round. I believe he's a couple thousand points behind, but we'll find out here in a moment. Drew Baldock took his win, and Andrew White, a.k.a. Pope, from Wisconsin, took his dub as well. Andy Lynn wins the bonus round, but that might just be a bonus consolation round as they both give each other love. The fellow New York contingent.
Oh, yeah. Battle of the Boroughs goes away of Lee Herbert.
That's right.
He came in with that huge crew from the Braj Mahal, I believe.
Yeah. We got Matt Garver versus Melissa Romanek next. I want to watch that matchup. That'll be a good one.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
We saw Kat Garver earlier, a little bit of Matt Garver from Missouri City, Texas. He's a ranch manager.
The best calves in the business.
He has nice calves.
Him and I
They're
talked
like
a little bit
softballs.
about ranch owning and managing earlier.
I thought they meant ranch, the ingredient.
No, like not the
dressing.
not the dressing. Yeah, not the. I was just gonna call it sauce. Is ranch considered a sauce?
Or a dressing.
Is it a sauce or a dressing? Because I know people eat it on chicken.
My
tenders.
vote goes for dressing. We need the people to vote on
I'm
this.
not a big ranch person, so it's not like it matters to me which one it is. But he and I talked a little bit earlier. A lot of insight from him and the difference in our two. Wow. Amy Green getting ready to go up against Mr. Andrew Moskowitz.
Yeah, let's show that. Amy Green versus Andrew Moskowitz. That's a big matchup. Matt Garver versus Melissa Romanek. That's a big matchup.
Yes, indeedy.
We're going to hopefully rock with one of them. As we're going to let the gameplay speak for itself for a moment. But Matt Garver, Melissa Romanek. Melissa starts strong with the 4-2 win.
Yeah, we just had a nice scream in our ears. Miss Julianne Jones from PB&J came over and hollered at me because I think she was trying to find out if I saw her husband win. And without a doubt, we saw PB win. She came over here and hollered from behind us. Amy Green hugs right before her matchup, I believe, begins. It's going to be Josh Mills.
I just hope she knows
Matt
that
Boz.
wasn't a dig. The peanut butter being superior comment wasn't a dig at her. It was about.
It was just in
sandwich.
general. It was just a fact of
The
life.
sandwich.
That's the
a fact
difference.
of life.
That's the
Okay,
difference.
Thank you for backing me up.
Yeah, it's complete
I
scientific
love her
fact.
so much. She's good people. All right, Matt Garver bounces back here in sight number 2. 5 straight bucks over Melissa Romanek. And wow, 3,000-0 round. That's how you turn things around.
Yeah, that is without a doubt what you need to see if you want to try to come back into these matchups where you find yourself down early in this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm scanning around, and John, I think you need it.
That's right. A couple big matchups here. Matt Garver, one of the vets of the scene, 97,000 bucks killed all time, almost at the 100,000 mark. Best placement, well, second place. That was back in 2014, the year I graduated college.
That was a good year.
That was a good year. 2014 was a good year. 2-2 right now. 2 veterans of the scene. Sad that one of them is going to go to the reload round, but neither of them are going to get that buck. Who's going to get the trophy, though?
Oh, Matt goes out on the trophy, and Melissa can't get it either. I'm scanning around trying to take a look at some of the point differentials here. Really close game in game number 4. Meanwhile, I believe Will Bromley is playing, and he's only up by about 1,000 on game 1. We could jump over there and see the reigning, defending, undefeated Will Bromley. I mean, for a full year and a half, he's been undefeated now, John.
That's right. If we could jump around a little bit, let's watch this round here, and then we'll switch over to game 2.
Will
Game
Bromley,
1.
2-1 now.
Will Bromley's going to dominate this round. That was my prediction.
Reload. If you hear reload, that's bad news bears
And
right
boom,
there. You
he
got to
dominates
dough
the
out.
round.
Yeah,
They
dough
call me
out.
Nostradamus. 3.8K to 442. Let's jump into game 2 now. Game 2, we got a close matchup.
Oh! Dough out there, I believe, for Andrew Moskowitz. And Amy Green, she's going to be down by a ton going into this next site because it was 3-0. She's down by 2K. See what she does here
Derek
in
Funk
this next
and
matchup.
Nicholas Maiko. Currently 10K to 8.5K. That matchup is close. We're just keeping you updated on all of our scores here. Matt Buzlinski and Josh Mills. Well, Matt takes the win so far, 8.5 to 5K, but we're jumping back into the gameplay here. Let's roll.
Jumping back into the gameplay here, we're hearing the shots ring out, trying to pick up some early ones. I believe Amy Green, as I turn and look over my shoulder, she doed out in her next round, and she's just standing there looking a little deflated in this one, but we see everybody else just staying as much into the action as they can. You can see some of the ready stances coming out from some of these playing competitors.
This is a tough round.
Yeah, without a doubt. This is a very tightly contested round here. Taking a look here, I believe game 5, that was Mr. Bozlinski. He's going up by about 3,000 over Josh Mills. So game 5 might all but be wrapped up. I believe they have one more site to compete on. No, they're right into the bonus round, and I think that's just out of reach. And I believe that will be the end of it as well. I believe Josh Mills went down to Nick Boz. No, that hasn't finished yet. That was another Canadian, I believe, going down to one of the Barrage Mahal players.
And just a heads up for everybody at home, we're having some, Colin and I are having some technical difficulties with our program feed, and that's why we're not able to entirely see what's going on screen. So apologies if we sound like we're jibber-jabbing and talking gibberish as we're trying to keep you all up to speed and everything going on. Again, great matchup here, Amy Green against the one and only, Andrew Moskowitz, and it's coming down to a bonus round here.
Bonus round, 7-5 here, now 7-6, 7-7, 8-9. Just trading shots back and forth. You can see both of them just, absolutely trying to shoot at the top of that truck. As soon as that box comes out, you get a point for breaking the box, and you can get an extra point for breaking the jar. And if you shoot it fast enough, you can get a double.
We'll see what the score ends up being here.
20 grand for Will Bromley. My man is on fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
12K to 9K. Good close game. But yeah, Will Bromley, when they were neck and neck, remember I said Will Bromley's going to run away with it? Well, he did. He got 20K. First person to hit the 20K mark in a match so far. This guy, the reigning champion from Australia, is on fire, picking up right where he left off from last year, trying to go back-to-back.
Did he run away with it, or did he pick up and drive away with it? He went to 20K. He had to have gotten in a car for that to come out the way that it did. Taking a look here, Benoit Cornet versus Melinda Van Humison. That's going to be a good matchup as Benoit, again, the winner of that 45 out of 45, the Zombie Slayer trophy and jersey presented before the stream went live, and it looked fantastic. I was a little jealous of that jersey, so I might have to hit somebody up over there and play me. Come on, man.
You did get a goal. You need a jersey too. This could be a good matchup, right? The rookie versus a veteran. Call her the godmother of the big butt community in so many ways.
She's getting some advice right now from Chris the Dream Freem. Sorry about that, John. I didn't mean to give you a little spittle, baby.
Melinda Van, and by the way, I got to correct you, it's Van Umison. The H is silent.
Oh, my bad. Hey, when you're from where I am, it's Humison, all right? You can't, it's like you let all that come out your diaphragm, the H is just natural at that point.
That's right. It's going to be a good matchup here. Benoit Cornet, for those that are just tuning in, what a story he is. Rookie, first time competing, the first ever person to win the all-out 45 for 45 Zombie Buck Challenge. Kudos to him. That match is going to start up here. We got an interview with Omar here. Let's jump into that real quick. I'd love to get back into the action. Let's do a quick interview with Omar.
All right, everybody, look, we talked about it all day today, all evening, and we knew that these matches would be close, and I've got Nick Miko with me here. So, Nick, I want you to walk me through what just happened, because going into the bonus game, I thought you were out. What happened there?
I came to the bonus round, and I just saw back of the truck, let's just shoot. Don't look, just shoot. And that's all I did, and after that, I don't know how I pulled it off, but I did.
And you were going up against Derek Funk, who is a rookie. He's coming from Canada. And I saw the look on his face because Derek was up going into the bonus game. And you blew him out 38-11. And he walked off and said, wow, what was that?
Yeah, that was a great time. We both shot our best, and that's all I did.
Now, what's unique is as you were coming back, we heard all these cheers from the crowd. tell me about who you have here, because you guys have a full crew.
I got my brother, Andy. I got my wife, Madison. I got Kirsten. We got Lisa. We got Lee. We got
There's about 10 more of us out around here, too.
So,
all right, if you guys could send one message to everybody watching about how you guys are going to perform today, what is it?
Enjoy sixth place and below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I love that. Hey, they've spoken. Let's see what happens. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Omar. And we're jumping right back into the action here. We previewed this matchup. Benoit Cornet from Quebec, our first individual competitor from Quebec, I think, ever in the Big Buck Championship. He's going up against Melinda Van Umesen, long-standing competitor.
He's a French-Canadian, and I was talking to him earlier. You could tell that English is not his first language, but that was all right because the passion for Big Buck Hunter is what's shown through. Melinda here does out, and Benoit has a chance to really go up big, taking his time, picking his shots, and again, I will continue to harp on that as long as he is in this tournament. Benoit, early in this day, when I got a chance to speak to him outside, he said, look, my accuracy is what's important to me. Hitting the shots that I take gets me the win. And I said, my man, if that's how you gonna play this game, you gotta be a little bit quicker to the trigger finger, but if you can still hit all them shots, ain't nobody gonna stop you.
Yeah, Benoit is looking so good. And look, Omar predicted him potentially win this tournament, win this competition. Risky dark horse pick for Omar, but it's looking good so far. His accuracy is showing. He never played head-to-head competition until yesterday, the first time ever. But accuracy certainly prevails. Look at this, he's dominating.
I mean, as long as he's hitting the shots, he's gonna try to find a way out of this. Melinda, she does out, and my man Benoit couldn't get that trophy, but he will maintain a dominant lead here going into these final few sites, 11-4 versus a 4,200. So, I mean, that is a differential I don't think she can overcome.
Yeah, dominant performance right now from Benoit. First French-Canadian in this tournament, showing what he is made of, and gosh, it's steel. It is titanium. He's looking so good.
Andy, I mean, he is basically steel. We were standing next to him on stage. I said, my man has got some weight behind that muscle.
I tapped him on the shoulder and almost broke a finger. I mean, this guy is brawling.
Tougher than a $2 steak, is that what you're telling me?
That's right, from your ranch.
Hey, ain't nothing tough coming off of me, baby, I'll tell you that much.
And Benoit picks up right where he left off.
5-0.
Nothing but hugs, nothing but love from Melinda Van Umesen on screen. Speaking of love, sending love to Mr. Van Umesen. Not able to make it this year for the first year in a while. Melinda will go on to the reload round. Her best placement, 5th place. She got top 5 in 2018. Longtime competitor, 10, 15 years almost. She comes from Vancouver, Washington, just north of Oregon. We'll watch this bonus round as bonus gameplay, bonus footage.
See what we have here. That's going to be Benoit going absolutely nuts early on, killing off the boxes and the jars, breaking them and spreading Pappy's moonshine all over the back roads there of wherever Pappy's trying to drive. And hey, look, sometimes people might say that he's trying to bootleg, but I'm just telling you, he's trying to make a living selling a little moonshine liquor right there.
That'll be all she wrote officially. Benoit Cornet, the rookie from Quebec, advances to winner's bracket round 3. Such a dominant performance for the rookie who's been getting so much love. He's been the talk of the town so far. He got himself a custom jersey in the pregame show for being the first person in 4 years, the only one to have ever completed the Zombie Buck Challenge, 45 for 45 bucks with perfect accuracy. But look, we're going to take a quick break because now we are actually at the end of round 2. We're going to have some drinking games on stage. Maybe we'll show you some of that. But before then, let's show you some recaps from past years. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this. Welcome to the Big Buck Hunter World Championship.
I'm having a great time this year. It's been so long since I've seen everybody.
It's just a good time. Everyone feels like family, you know, even for a new player like me. if you're the best in your group of friends, make the jump, play pro mode, qualify, climb up the leaderboard, and show up to the championship.
It's kind of a momentum thing. It's just building, and everybody's getting better and better.
I'm having a great time! Woo!
Yep, she's having a great time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the Big Buck World Championship.
Melinda Van Hooverson and Sarah Erlichsen, absolute legends in the game. If there were a Hall of Fame, you two would be first ballot.
Let's actually take a look at the Skills leaderboard while we're talking about it. The Big Buck Hunter Marksman app, produced by Skills on all platforms. The final results are here, so it looks like our boy Lorik, who has been sitting on top since yesterday, is going to be taking home that $5,000 prize.
"15 sites, 3 treks, 1 adventure" is the name of the game here, and the winner will walk home with $20,000. Will it be Chris the Dream Freem, or will it be Drew Baldock? Chris is putting on a show right now, and the crowd is loving it. Canada, stand up, because Drew Baldock is about to win the first championship of the nation. Congratulations to Drew Baldock, your champion of the 2021 Big Buck World Championship.
Came all the way from Canada to get myself the Stanley Cup of Big Buck Hunter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a game break with your host, Buck
To the stage. And what is your name?
I'm Corey.
Corey, Team Corey. Okay. I'm going to need you to choose 3 teammates that you can trust implicitly. Right here? Nope. 2? Okay. 1 more? All right. Team Corey's filled out. Whoop. These tarps are bigger than I remember. All right. Coming up, volunteer number 1, I suppose. Come on down, come on down. Don't be shy, come on up, come on up. Team Corey's all filled out. Who are we joined with here? What's your name, sir? Mark. Mark, Team Mark. Mark, I am going to need you to choose 3 teammates. We've got 1, okay. 2. And 3, come on up, come on up. I remember you from the bathroom, he says. We run a classy thing here. All right, Team Mark, thank you. I'm gonna have you stand over here on this tarp here. Team Corey, I'm gonna need you lined up this way on this tarp here. All right, let's pour those beers into those cups. Half a cup will do. We're not going too crazy. Come on. All right, we're being outfitted. Tightened up, tightened up. Get some help from your neighbors if you need it. We're good, we're good. Yeah, it should sit right on your hips. Right there in the middle, Mark. All right. All good? All right. Let's get you lined up in a row. 4 in a row right here. 4 in a row right here. Let's face the crowd, folks. Turn this way, turn this way. There we go. Swing out. There you go. We don't want anybody to miss the show. Come on down. Come on down. Oh, we're filling beers. Okay. We are going to start. You know what? We'll let you guys decide. Are you going to start from the inside or the outside? What are we thinking? Inside? All right. No pressure.
So you chug and then you get it into
Ball in first, then celebrate.
ball first. Okay.
And your neighbor cannot start until the person before them has done it. All right. Everybody hooked up? All right, let's stand in a row, if you will. There we go, there we go. We're going to start from the middle, and we're going to work our way out. Teammates, you cannot start until the person before you does it successfully, right? Ball in the cup, down the hatch. Got it? Balls up, bottoms up. That's the idea. No time limit. We're just going to go until one team wins, all right? You're going to be just using your hips, not your hands. An important detail, an important detail. All right. No starting, not yet. All right.
Has anyone done this in the office yet?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've done it in the office, and I'm not going to tell you how it went. All right. Like I said, teammates, are we ready? All right. We waited long enough. Starting from the middle, working our way out. Relay style race. Go! There you go. Get those hips going. You got this. With just the right flick. Hey! All right. Sean Stafford is off to the races, stepping into the spotlight. Oh! Still waiting on that first cup on Team Corey. Corey, you got this. I believe in you. Oh! Sean's belly's working against him. You're going to want to thrust and suck it in, buddy. Come on, you can do it. Oh, so close, so close. Hey! Down the hatch. Here we go. We got a good swing going. Corey, I still believe in you. There's still time. You can do it. Oh, come on. So close. Up and up. So close, so close. Hey, Corey has got it in. We're moving on down the line. Oh! I don't want to see any use of hands. Oh, so close! Up! Oh! Wrapped around the leg. That's all right. We can correct that. All right, it's tied up now. We're on to our third contestant on both teams. Oh, they're catching up. They've surpassed you. The third beer is going down on Team Corey. Oh, so close. There we go, Mark. Come on, you got it, you got it. Get those hips going. Up, up. What is that? I'll allow it. Oh, we're coming down to the line. We're on to our last. And that's a win, Team Corey. Well played, well played. Well played, everyone. The hips truly do not lie. Team Corey, congratulations. You get to choose one of my two mystery chests. Bring them out, game wardens. Open it up, Eric.
using the same fucking boxes as last time.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
The same boxes. I know the trick.
Congratulations! You and your entire team are leaving with some very large men's briefs. But don't be too sad. Our friends at Busch Light are hooking you up with tumblers to take home. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for both of our teams, especially Team Corey.
Raw Thrills takes the virtual reality experience to the next level with King Kong of Skull Island VR. The 3 interactive, action-packed episodes keep players coming back over and over again. Use your hands to naturally interact with King Kong's world like never before. Control your destiny and continue through each amazing episode. Ultimate VR graphics with 4K HP Reverb 2 headsets that include a 2-year warranty. Experience dazzling 3D visual effects using dual HP supercomputers. Raw Thrills VR experience is unlike any other on the market, with the Air Ride motion system that provides maximum excitement and proven reliability. And the Air Force Airjet system for intense speed and special effects. Stay safe with protective face mask and wipe dispensers built into the cabinet. Instantly attract players with both 55-inch and 43-inch LED HD showcase monitors. The ultimate virtual reality action adventure is here now. King Kong of Skull Island VR.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Big Buck Hunter World Championships 2023. My name is John Kefalukas, also known as Fallout, joined alongside Colin the Crow Clark, as we're jumping right back into gameplay with one of the reigning champs, one of the greats of all time, Trevor Gardner.
Yeah, Trevor, my pick to win the whole thing this year. He looks like he had a toe-out round where he could get a couple of points up on his opponent, and he ends up getting a big point differential, almost 1,900. We got a lot of big names on the stage right now, though, John. Trevor Gardner's up there. Jordan Klassen, the sophomore sensation, is going up against Chris Tresso. So we do have a couple of big names up there. I'm trying to look over my shoulder. I hate to say it that way. Nicholas Jules also playing right now. So we got a good couple of matchups. But here, Trevor is going to lose out on the first 3. He's going to get the 4th. There's a critter going in the favor of his opponent, Mr. Nathan. And now Nathan's going to get 5-1. That is a great second sight. So much so that it overtakes Trev in the second sight.
Yeah, and George Robertson coming from St. Paul, Minnesota. I think he goes by George, if I remember correctly. It might be Jorge, spelled Jorge. Nonetheless, great second round, like you said. He takes a lead over one of the greats. This is a crazy matchup. George got 16th place in 2021. Trevor Gardner, former champ. But George is sticking to 2 of them so far.
That's going to be George now with 3 to his name. Now looking for another one, and that's going to be a big differential. Trev is really needing to try to come back in this one. He is not going to be feeling good. 3 treks
Wow.
to go, down by 3,000. Trev does not want to find himself in the reload bracket this early.
Right, upset alert. Trevor Gartner, who is typically a shoo-in to the winner's bracket round 4 matchup, and to Saturday in the winner's bracket is facing an upset to George Robertson, who by all means is no chump. I mean, 32,000 bucks killed in his career. He's been competing for quite some time. But nonetheless, this would be huge.
Would be an absolutely massive win for him to go up over Trev, and now Trev's going to pick up 1, down 2 still, 2-2 now. Looking for a 3rd and a 4th, but 4 going over to George, and I mean, that's going to be a big differential now. That's almost overwhelming. That's commanding. He'd have to go 6-0 in this next one. He'd have to ace the round, and I mean, he'd have to do it in scintillating, sensational fashion. Will Trevor Gartner be able to pull this one out in the next round? It's going to be hard to say, but dangerous trophy on the board as well. Let's see what they can get.
You got the 7th Street Slayers behind him, cheering him on. The contingent from St. Paul, Minnesota, making noise, but Trevor Gartner needed a big sight. He starts off strong, gets 4. You hear Wisconsin react. The Gartner family showing up, and Trevor gets 5. Dangerous trophy will be critical, Colin.
5-1. Dangerous trophy picked up, though, by his opponent. And that's enough points to really keep this thing close enough. 1,700 point differential. Trevor Gartner versus George Robertson. Bonus round coming up. Close enough for Trev to try to come back into this one here.
Trevor needs to be lights out if he wants a chance. I don't know if he's going to be able to surmount this comeback, though. It will certainly be difficult. Here we go. Trevor Gartner.
3-0 already. 6-0. 6-1, excuse me.
And this is what he's known for. Trevor Gartner's so good at these bonus rounds. He's a sharp shooter. He's been doing it for a long time. And he's showing up big time, killing the bad guys here. 11-6, but Nathan punches back.
Looking to try to get back into this one. Let's see if George can find any more here. It's going to be 14-8. Trevor has to come away with a pretty big and pretty impressive lead in this situation, 16-11. 5 is not going to be enough here. He's going to need more than that. He's up by 7 now. Going to need a few more than that, almost up by 8. That's going to be 23-15, just one little spot to go. No, it's not. It's over. Did he come back? Did Trev come back in this one?
No, he did
11-12, no, 11-13. Not enough. Trevor Gartner goes down in round number 3.
And Minnesota with the win over Wisconsin. Not something you say often for the NFL North. But today, well, George and the junior JR Max crew from 7th Street, the Slayers come out on top. Trevor Gartner gets upset. He'll be going to the lower bracket.
Andy Miko is going to be coming up next onto the main stage. Looking at Adam Holm as well and Federico Reed. Well, we already got a chance to see Fed play. I'd still like to see him play again if we get that opportunity, but we do have a bunch of different players on board. We're getting to a point now, John, in this late evening Friday where a lot of those heavy hitters, a lot of those high seeds, a lot of those big names are going to be on tap for us to watch at any given point in time. So we really need to make sure we keep an eye across the entirety of the board. Now I'm looking across right now, John, and again, I keep saying the same thing. Andy Miko, runner-up from last year. Gonna have a tough matchup, though, in this 3rd round matchup, in this winner's bracket round. But look at the way that almost the entirety of the Barrage Mahal has come to the front of the stage.
That's right. Meanwhile, Kirby Anderson with another win. He'll move on to winner's bracket round 4. Congratulations to him. We're going to have Garrett Pilley, a.k.a. G-Stud from Sammamish, Washington, suburbs of Seattle. He's a rookie. He's made it this far. I'm so impressed with what I've seen so far from Garrett, but he's going to have a tough matchup ahead of him.
Without a doubt, a tough matchup. And in Game 5, it's Federico Reed playing against Jacqueline. And Jacqueline has had 2 really impressive victories thus far today, but I think her run may stop here. Fed is one of those tough players to beat, especially early when Fed's feeling it, feeling himself. He's going to be really tough to beat. Federico Reed now 3-3 after the first sight, but I believe he had a little bit more distance on him, so it's only a 400-point differential. Andy Miko, he's tied up 2-2 now, 3-3, looking to make it 4-2, excuse me. And Garrett's going to come out on top. No, yeah, Garrett's going to come out on top in their first sight. Jacqueline tied it up
she's
now.
Locked in. Look at her.
Yeah, she wants this. She wants this win here against Fed, and she's going to come up with the first 2. Fed trying to answer back now. Fed needs a couple at the end of this round, and he toes out, and Fed does not like that. That's not going to be a good feeling for him.
She is possessed, playing out of her mind is Jacqueline Stafford, and it showed right there. A 6-0 sweep as Fed goes out. And Jacqueline not only capitalized, she did not miss. She's playing out of her mind.
She's from the Too Drunk to Buck community party, her hunting party. Misread though, and I think, did Fed just come back? Did Fed just put an absolute hurting on her in the third one? 4-2.
You said misread. Well, Fed did not miss, is what we saw right there. Yeah, he brings it back. And that's what Fed's so good at. His ceiling is so high, when he lacks his consistency. He tends to dough out a little bit more often than others. But when he is on, he does not miss.
Do you think that's jitters, John? Is that just jitters?
I don't know. He listens to Phineas and Ferb when he plays. I don't even know that.
Let's see what happens here with Sarah Verlinson on the opposite side of the stage, I believe. Let's go into that game. Sarah Erlinson in a very close one here, 1-0, now 1-1, tying it up. In a very close contested matchup, 2-1. We got some good situational buck hunting here with the bows. Sarah Erlinson, 4-2, and the trophy on board as her opponent has doed out. Shot onto the cheetah, but not enough and not in time. The trophy will be missed.
Yeah, she's going up against Derek King from Georgia. Sorry. He goes by Moist Fingers, which is disgusting. Two things I would never want to put next to each other.
That's why he's got moist fingers.
And his hunting fuel is tears.
Yeah, he's bringing me tears. He can probably drink what I'm about to drop out.
61st place is his best place of all time. Meanwhile, Sarah Erlinson has gotten 4th place, and she's won many ladies tournaments. This is a close matchup, and he does out again. Both of them doe out.
Both of them doe out almost immediately in that one. 2,000 point differential.
She said, "Get out," as she tapped him on the shoulder.
Let's head back over to Federico Reed. I want to see what that one is because I think Fed's down about 4,000 or 5,000. He is. Oh my goodness gracious! Good God Almighty!
Yeah,
going into the bonus.
If we could jump at that one's over.
That one's over.
Sarah Erlinson and Derek King. Sorry, production.
I just wanted to see what the score was. I'm sorry, baby.
No worries. That's good. I like that call. Meanwhile, Andy Miko and Garrett Pilley, the rookie, are in a close matchup as well. After this, let's jump to that. Tied 2-2 right now. Derek bounces back, needs it, gets it, as Sarah does out and makes it interesting. Meanwhile, we got a bonus round. We can switch over to game 3 real quick for that bonus round, and then we'll go back to Sarah Erlinson. Whoever wins this bonus round wins the matchup. This is upset potential. Andy Miko can get taken out by Garrett Pilley.
Yeah, that is the second place overall finisher from last year, down 6-4, down to 8-4. He needs to come away with a victory here. Andy Miko's going to have to come away with some fast shots. Looking to try to get some of these Wild West Bandits to be racked up and stacked up in his favor, but Garrett will not hinder. Garrett will not waver. He's going to come away with a victory in this bonus round. John Garrett has put himself in a position to come away with a win, but Andy Miko, 19-20, tried to tie it up but could not do it. That will be possibly the victory for Garrett Pilley.
Oh my gosh!
That's the closest I've ever seen it. That's the closest.
That was one of the closest games we've seen so far. Andy Miko hangs on by a thread to the rookie, the young gun. Samam is showing up big time here. You got to give respect to Garrett. I mean, to go up against Andy Miko from Brooklyn, New York, longtime competitor, got 2nd place last year. He was our runner-up, and stick it to him like that. That's very impressive. The future's bright for the I would say young rookie, but I don't know how old he is. Garrett Pilley from Sammamish, Washington, and Sarah Erlinson got her win as well.
Oh man, that was some intense gameplay. That last one was a pretty impressive round. Coming up next, we got the likes of Charlie Gardner. See if he can avoid being upset like his brother Trev. Drew Baldock going up against Nick Miko, the brother Nicholas Miko, the brother I believe of Andy Miko.
Yeah, one matchup I'm really looking forward to though, Colin, is game 4. Philip Beaupre versus Andrew White. We got the Pope playing against Peanut Butter.
What is
Philip
holier,
Beaupre.
the Pope or Peanut Butter?
I think Peanut Butter wins that one.
All right, without a doubt, I won't disagree with you on that either. I eat enough
That was
of
a
it.
joke. That was a joke. The Pope is clearly holier.
I just eat enough peanut butter that I might as well worship it a little bit.
That's right. Philip Beaupre versus Andrew the Pope White. I'm excited for this one. Philip, part of, again, if you don't know him, you should. PB&J, Philip Beaupre and Julianne Jones from Derby, Vermont. They play at Linda's New York style pizza. Shout out to Linda. I don't know who she is, but I like her for owning a pizza place that brought these two beautiful people here.
Are you ready to get controversial?
Yeah, I'm ready.
New York style pizza or Chicago deep
Is
dish?
that even a question? It's not.
Look, I'm from the South, dog. We don't have any kind of special pizzas down where I'm from, okay?
Yeah, listen, it's not even close. Anyone that tries to say that New York pizza is better than Chicago pizza is just out their mind. If you like pizza, what are the ingredients of pizza? 3 things.
Sauce, bread, and like toppings.
You're missing one cheese. You're missing a key ingredient.
Look. What if you're lactose? Do you you got to get cheeseless pizza if you're lactose?
Yeah, we're not talking about lactose pizza. We're talking
all right.
3 key ingredients: pizza, cheese, sauce, and bread. Deep dish pizza is just more of all 3 of those things. What is there not to like about that? Meanwhile, let's jump into the action here. The Pope versus Philip Beaupre.
Pope up 2-1.
Andrew White starts strong, but now we're tied 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2, 3-2. Now 3-3,
wow.
and I believe a critter was picked up there by Philip, so that might have given him. No, it was picked up by Andy.
Wow. And you see some head nods from Philip there, basically said, okay, we got ourselves a match. That's right, we do.
Hey, you got to get gamey here in these later rounds of the winner's bracket. Very tightly contested here, only about 80-point differential. Drew Baldock in a very tightly contested game himself against, I believe, Andy Miko's brother, Nicholas Miko.
I always like the Sconey Snipers from Wisconsin. Their jerseys, they got beer filled up for their numbers, which represents Wisconsin very well. They drink a lot of beer up there. I got a lot of respect for how much they can consume. Meanwhile, Philip Beaupre here tied 1-1 against Andrew Wright. Site 2, Andrew gets the second.
Oh, Philip Beaupre goes out, and look at the turnaway. The turnaway is not good at all. That's one of those situations where you got to see what he does after the turnaway, because it's a 4-1, I believe, spread on that one, and that's going to give a pretty decently sized lead to Andrew White, a 1,600-point differential. And Philip, he's got to get serious here. He's got to lock it in and lean in. I believe his best finish ever has been second place, and if he wants to get over that hump, he's got to win some rounds like this. He's got to win some pretty tough close matchups.
That's right. Well, here we go. A great matchup indeed.
Early bucks.
Yeah, and the big, whatever that is, mammoth.
The
elephant mammoth thing gets taken down here.
Oh!
Another 3-3 tie. Wow.
But a point differential going in favor of Philip, so he will get 100 points back. I mean, it's 100 points, man. Every one of those counts when you're at this point in the tournament, when you're this far into the winner's bracket already. Taking a look at the backside of Drew Baldock playing Nicholas Miko.
Meanwhile, a couple updates. Charlie Gartner on track to get further in the winner's bracket than his brother Trevor. That is a prediction I would not have had coming into this tournament. He's currently up by 4,000 points. Drew Baldock is handling his business as well.
Drew Baldock trying to prove that he's one of the most consistent, one of the most winningest players for a reason. Philip Beaupre with 3. Now Philip Beaupre with 4. Philip Beaupre with $5. And we're going to get a dangerous play, but that will go to his opponent. But was it enough to tie it up, get it close enough going into that bonus round?
It was.
200 points, 180 points technically to get this win for Philip Beaupre here.
What a round in a sight. It's clutch time. And Philip Beaupre shows that he's got ice in his veins, but guess what? Can they stay frozen? We got sight number 5 here. And Philip, down by 200 points, needs to find more consistency here. Consistency is key for PB. Let's see what he can do.
First one over to Andrew. Now the second one over to Andrew. And Philip Beaupre doughed out, and he looked like he was in disbelief over that dough out. Maybe a little upset here, and he's going to watch his opponent pick up 6, and he knows it as well as anybody else. He's a veteran of the game. He knows that dough out cost him this matchup.
That's right. Tragic. I jinxed him. I'll blame myself. Caster's curse. Philip, you know I love you. I'm so sorry I did that to you. I cursed you by saying, what can you do? The ice in the veins comment. I went too hard, and it's my fault. Meanwhile, this one's over. If we can switch on over, Drew Baldock wins 11.8K, beats Nick Miko. Or Miko, I keep saying Miko, sorry. Matt Garver versus Matt Wazlinski. Matt Garver wins that matchup as well.
Charlie Gartner with a dub.
So keeping you all up to speed here. Let's take a look at this bonus game, though. We got nothing else to watch. Oh, wait. No, timeout. Will Bromley. We missed that completely. Gets eliminated by Andrew Moskowitz.
Gets knocked out. No, gets knocked down. Not eliminated, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Oh, God.
My bad. Knocked down. Eliminated, defeated, was the right word. Gets defeated by Andrew Moskowitz, a.k.a. Diddy, longtime competitor, with a massive upset. He takes out the reigning champion, Will Bromley from Sydney, Australia. Who would have predicted that one, Colin? Wow.
Omar's prediction in the lower bracket. My prediction in the lower bracket. Lauren's the only one still in the upper bracket.
That's right.
You still look like the smartest one out of the three.
Benoit's in the upper bracket.
Yeah, but did you pick him to win the whole thing?
Omar did.
I thought Omar said that he was. He said he'd
He
keep
gave
an eye.
mention.
He's
keeping
keeping an eye on Will Bromley.
He called Benoit.
And
I like that.
He's keeping an eye on Will Bromley and his lack of carbohydrates.
Who's your pick again?
Trev. I picked who I would still say is the GOAT. Look, he's got a long hill to climb. He's got a mountain to climb. Dave Snipes in the crowd talking to Mr. Pope here, Mr. Andrew White himself, as he exits the stage, trying to take a look at some of these next round matchups that we might be able to see on screen for each and every one of you at home.
That's right. What an upset, though. I mean, again, Andrew Moskowitz comes in, defeats Will Bromley. He's looking really, really sharp. He's never won a championship before. He's been competing for a long time. Third place in 2018. Can this be it? Did he? Showing up big for Reddit, for the Reddit Big Buck community?
I don't think anybody needs to show up big for Reddit.
They
just show up big for yourself at that point. No need to show up big for Reddit. This is gonna be Benoit. Benoit on stage now, down 2-1 or 2-0 early, 2-1 now, 3-1 now against Matt Peterson, and that will be a first sight dominant victory by Matt Peterson, and I believe it was 5-1.
Yeah, this is a real test for Benoit. Winners bracket round 3. He's been kind of coasting so far, to be honest. He's played really, really well. And they're 2 sites in. He's behind by a couple thousand. Dangerous trophy round. Let's see what Benoit, the rookie, can do from Quebec.
Benoit Conroy trying to get that first, gets it to go. 1-1 tied up, trying to get the long range one. Gets the second, gets the third now. 3-1 differential. Benoit getting the fourth. Benoit looking for 5, looking for 5, gets the dive.
And dangerous trophy time. He's so good with this bow. Gets it. Sharp shooter. Benoit Corday from Quebec does it again. He is so dominant in these bow rounds. That's where he gets a leg up, and that's where he gets such a lead against his opposition. Benoit's looking great.
Think about it. 45 out of 45 zombie deer. You know what you shoot the zombie deer with? The bow. You know what his perfect accuracy was with? The bow. He's going to be dominant in those rounds. If he has to pick those, if he has the choice of the sights, do not be shocked. And Matt Peterson dove out it instantly.
And guess what? Benoit capitalizes 4 in a row, going for the 6. And he'll get 5. Can he get the last and final one? Couple bows goes in the way, and he does. Another perfect round for Benoit. He's running away with this. What a showing from the young rookie.
There's Benoit. He is a rookie. The only thing young about him is his heart. No, the only thing young about him right now is his heart.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you right now, from a competitive perspective, when he had that last round where his opponent dove out and then he went perfect and then got the dangerous trophy, then his opponent immediately dozed out again. That to me is Benoit showcasing not just ice in the veins, but that is a Terminator-style assassin in him. That's 3-2.
Yeah.
His opponent dozed out again. He's down by 6,000. Benoit might as well shake hands, give hugs, and say, hey, man, I appreciate you for showing up, but this one, it ain't yours.
Yeah, this one's done and dusted. Bonus round, 5,000 point lead. Can you imagine? Can he do it, Colin? The first rookie to win a Big Buck championship since the very first event, because they were all rookies.
I mean, he's just so locked in, my man. That's the thing that I really believe is his saving grace. I can't wait to see him compete tomorrow, because nobody goes home today. Everybody's got to come back and play tomorrow. I would love to see how he competes tomorrow. He's got the same steeliness to him. It's only 10-7 here in the differential in this bonus game, but he is without a doubt putting himself in the best position possible to not only win it, but win it convincingly and showcase just why he deserves to be on this kind of stage.
And I got to point out, too, the new Caribou Trek, the fact that, by the way, for those that are watching, we announced there's a new Caribou Trek from the old school Big Buck Hunter Pro is coming back, and an update coming soon. And they've been playing on the Caribou Trek. So that means that's an advantage for Benoit, because all the players here that have years and years of competitive experience on these tracks that they're used to, well, guess what? It's about sharpshooting, and he's so good at accuracy. He's so talented. He has such a good sharpshooting eye. I've been really impressed so far.
Well, John, that is the end of round 3. One more round of winners to go tonight. We had 4. We only got 3 rounds of winners. I thought it was 4. My bad, brother. I was excited for some more Big Buck Hunter. All right, I wanted more. Don't stop me now.
Look, we got to give love to our sponsors, our partners who all make this possible, and there's none other than Betson Enterprise. They've been a long-standing partner of the Big Buck Hunter World Championships in-play mechanics. Longtime trusted partner that sells, distributes, and provides consultation services for raw thrills. Of course, they do all the distribution and coordination of delivery for all the arcade cabinets here. Thank you so much to Betson Enterprises for all you do. We have a quick little word from our sponsor in Betson. Let's listen in.
If you own an entertainment venue, you know it's getting challenging to turn a profit. But what if you could add a brand new profit center that brings more people into your business, expands your customer demographic, and enhances the customer experience? You can with a game room from Betson Enterprises. Betson will help you turn an unused or low revenue space into a dynamic game room, providing you an additional source of steady income. A game room draws in new patrons and turns them into repeat customers who stay longer and spend more money on your core products or services, as well as food and beverages. And it's a key driver of birthday parties and private event booking. Arcade games give adults a sense of nostalgia, kids an opportunity for an experience they can't get at home or on their phones, and everyone a social experience. It's the perfect and proven profitable addition to a variety of businesses, restaurants, bars, hotels, bowling alleys, skating rinks, and more. With our full-service offerings, Betson makes it easy. We'll help you find the best mix of games for your location, design your space, supply replacement parts and prizes, and offer in-house financing to get you started. Betson offers consulting, convenient vending solutions, online part shopping, technical training, and more to support your business. Since 1934, Betson Enterprises has been the one-stop shop for all your game room and arcade needs. To learn more, visit our website.
With a sign, you can say anything. Bright ideas, brilliantly executed, can turn the mundane into the marvelous, the tired into the inspired, and invite the world to discover that thing that makes your business unmistakably yours. So let's get your business noticed for all the things you do best. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. Make it in lights or metal, on a van, in the windows. Make your statement on the floor, in color. Roll it in, hang it from above. Promise it, reveal it. Make it unforgettable. Share your vision, add some magic, and anything is possible. Transforming your space begins at our place. There are 1,000,001 possibilities. Make your statement.
Big Buck World Championship, Esports Arena, Las Vegas. Who's ready to slice up Buck Hunter?
We are here for the 8th annual edition of the Ladies Tourney.
The competition is fierce tonight.
And let's hear it for your champion, Melissa!
Big Buck Hunter!
Welcome to the 2018 Big Buck World Championship! We got the best against the best. Who's ready to see this match? Your 2018 World Champion Trevor Gardner!
Hey guys, this is Brian from Arcade 1UP, and I'm here to introduce the newest addition to our Deluxe line, Big Buck Hunter Pro Deluxe. There's a certain level of quality you come to expect from us here at Arcade 1UP, and this machine is no different. You have a seamless one-piece design, 3D molded coin door, and our signature screw caps. What makes this so exciting is that we're introducing our first ever shooter into the Deluxe line. We partnered with our developers at Raw Thrills to bring you Big Buck Hunter Pro, Big Buck Hunter Pro Open Season, Big Buck Safari, and Big Buck Safari Outback, providing you with a globe-trotting adventure in which you can hunt the prey you've been looking for. And we are bringing this into your home at the most affordable price.
Raw Thrills is bringing the iconic Nerf brand to arcades and FECs everywhere. This huge branded family-friendly redemption game will launch with a giant 65-inch LED display, 2 seated player positions, and massive collections potential. Nerf Arcade is a high-adrenaline virtual shooting gallery that has been tailored for a mass audience of all ages. The game's target-rich environment is always active, so a player can join at any time. The default gameplay is 45 seconds per credit, but can be adjusted to best suit the location's needs. Nerf Arcade's 2-seated player terminals can easily fit into any floor space. The 3 virtual representations of actual Nerf blasters and toys help make this one of the hottest and most highly recognizable games around. By scanning the QR code displayed at the conclusion of every game, players can share their scores on social media and also win prizes. The instant brand recognition, bright, powerful LEDs, and huge screen give Nerf Arcade a mesmerizing presence in any location.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I am here with the one and only Benoit Cornet. You are a rookie here, but you have not looked like a rookie. How have you felt so far?
I feel very good. I play one game at a time, and I have fun, man. That's it.
And you and I were talking beforehand. This environment is so different than what you've ever played in. How have you felt in the environment?
Yeah, you have a lot of stress, but you have to play with that, and it's an amazing game.
Yes. And when you're up there standing side by side with someone, is that different than how you've practiced?
Yeah, big difference. You know, you play versus people very fast. You have to react right away. It's a big different game. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you. I think everybody's excited for you. You said something that I disagree with. You said you think you're too old to be here. I don't think you're too old, but why did you feel that way?
Well, because the guys are young, you know, they're all about 30 years. I'm almost a double, so the reflex is more faster than a whole guy, you know. But I'm happy, you know.
Well, so far it hasn't worked. Et je ne parle pas beaucoup français, mais enchanté, monsieur.
Thank you, buddy.
Et bonne chance.
Thank you.
All right. I said I don't speak much French, but good luck to you and nice to meet you. We'll see what happens. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Omar. I was shocked. I thought he was a fluent French speaker with what he pulled out right there. That was impressive. But look, let's jump right into gameplay here. Our winners bracket round 4 is kicked off. This is going to be the last round of the night until everyone has a chance to go home and rest, a.k.a. party all night long in Chicago.
And we're going to be live with Sarah Erlinson here up against Cody McDaniel, I believe.
I heard you say Sir Erlinson.
Sir Erlinson?
Sir Erlinson.
Erlinson.
That was the West Virginia, the Virginia accent. Sir Erlinson.
Sir Erlinson.
Sir.
It's like 4 R's, no A's.
That's right.
It's fine.
I just heard a bunch of R's.
Sir Erlinson. I'll tell you right now, I think she went up in that first map. Let's see what she does here in site number 2 now. First buck and second buck going in favor of Cody. Sarah now looking to try to come back into this one. Looking for that third buck. Won't be able to find it. Won't be able to pick it up just yet. And she ends up doing out. Sarah Erlinson. This is going to be one of those difficult situations where after the doe out, giving up 5 straight to her opponent, she will be down now by about 1,900, give or take a few points.
Right, yeah, she's going to have to claw her way back into this one. Obviously a doe out. You hate to see it. Tough deficit she put herself in, but something tells me she's a veteran. She'll be able to bounce back. Hey, one thing I want to call out in this round, Dave Hanna is competing right now. He's a rookie from Saskatchewan as well, part of the Sask Buck Hunters that plays at Hannah's Water Hole. He's his first year in the winner's bracket round 4 right now, but for now, Sarah Erlinson, or Sir Erlinson, has a chance. 3 in a row. Make it 4. Sarah is lights out. Can she get the long-range doe or buck? Yes, she does. And Sarah goes 5-0.
Man, that thing was hotter than the sun, boy, and I'll tell you what, it brings her back into this game. Only about a 400-point differential now. And I think Sarah, she got a little game face right there. Usually we see her dancing around, we see her prancing, showcasing for the people at home, but right now it looks like she's had to tighten things up, button them up like she's going to a business meeting and try to get this 3rd and 4th site to go her way. This is going to be the trophy site as well. First buck going over to her opponent. Now trying to even things up, 1-1. Boats into the tree. Now another one into a buck. 3-1. Looking to make it 4-1. Won't be able to do it. That's 3-2. Now 3-3. Trophy coming out of the backwoods.
And this
now.
Trophy could be crucial. Could be the big difference in what makes this game.
Oh!
And he gets it. You see the love given. Cody McDonald with a significant lead now. Runs away with it, but for now at least.
Yeah, running away with it for just a moment. Let's see. I believe that was the 4th site here. 7th Street Slayers are all lined up at the front of the stage cheering somebody on. I believe Jordan Klassen, the sophomore sensation, with a victory there over Kirby Anderson. So Jordan Klassen continues to live up to his name with the Diaper Danby and the sophomore sensation. Sarah Erlinson's opponent does out, but she's not able to pick anything up here on the zombie round, and she does out herself.
No, that could have been it. That was her chance. Cody McDonald from Des Plaines, Illinois, the local hero, plays for the Pimps and Does contingent. Goes by C-Mac, got 16th place last year. He's looking good so far.
Definitely looking good there in the bonus round now, and I think Sarah basically has to shut him out to be able to get a victory here. Looks like we will have Charlie Gardner and Andrew White on stage coming up soon. The Pope having to go up against a different Gardner. Now we see those barrels and bottles, those brains being shot up. Excuse me, this is one of the zombie bonus rounds, one of the brand new zombie bonus rounds coming out. this past summer, 23-21, and Sarah Erlinson will go down to Cody McDonald.
That's right. Meanwhile, elsewhere, George Robertson from Minnesota continues his tear over Dave Hanna. And again, that's a big match. Dave Hanna was a rookie. He's looking really, really solid for a rookie, but he'll go down to the reload round. Bo Herrig with a 63-point lead, or win, over Jacqueline Stafford. It was 9,560 to 9,497. Bo Herring makes it, but just barely. Jacqueline's looked great so far.
This might be our last set of games for the night. You can see Benoit Cornet, Andrew Moskowitz, Andrew White,
Well, we gotta
Charlie
watch that
Gardner,
matchup.
Drew Baldick versus Matthew Garver. I believe we have one more station to be set up, or those might be the last 3 games going for the night. And if those are the last 3, John, those are 3 absolutely huge games with very pivotal implications for a championship Saturday.
That's right. I honestly want to pivot and do NFL Red Zone style all 3 of those games. Let's kick off with whichever one starts first. Benoit,
ain't nobody up on stage yet.
Yeah, that's right. Benoit Carnet, the rookie, going up against Andrew Moskowitz, who just upset the reigning champion, Will Bromley from Australia. It's going to be a great round 4 matchup. Wow. And I was talking to Benoit just now. You heard it in the interview. He said this is where the real challenge starts. You're playing the best of the best in Big Buck, and I want to see that I can go toe-to-toe with them. Well, guess what? You're going up against a veteran, Andrew Moskowitz. This is the hardest challenge you've had so far in your young career, Benoit.
So Andrew might have the one thing that a lot of these other opponents for Benoit doesn't have. I think Andrew's going to have a little bit more calmness about him, a little bit more of that cachet to stay calm under fire. I don't believe he's going to go out as much. So if Benoit wants to come away with a victory here, Benoit is going to have to do it by hitting his shots early and often. Andrew Moskowitz 1-1 now. Both of them picking up 1. Critter goes out in the way of Andrew Moskowitz. Going for a shot into the tree there. We'll pick up 2-2 now. Very close game. This is going to be so tightly contested. Trying to get that buck right there. And he does get it 3-2 now. Will he make it 4-2? Does indeed. Andrew Moskowitz down a couple hundred points, about 1,500 or so in this first sight. 4 more to go.
And listen, the Sask Buck Hunters take this so serious, they hosted a tournament themselves just a couple months ago in Regina. Benoit flew out to that tournament. He said it was a whole new level, a whole new experience playing against them. Well, guess what? That level has stepped up even further now for the Big Buck Championships. Really good start, though, against Andrew Mosk.
You can hear the reloads coming. That's going to be the bow. The first one goes over to Andrew Moskowitz. Second one goes to Andrew Moskowitz. Benoit trying to answer back, but Andrew's going to get 3 in a row. Now 1 goes to Benoit. Benoit looking to find this 4th buck on the scene. Gets it to go. 4-2. Will go in favor of Andrew Moskowitz.
But here's the thing, only 300 points, even though he got a 4-2 win. Why? Well, Benoit took the long-range shot on the long-range buck. He's so good at distance with the bow over the gun, and it showed right there. Benoit mitigates the damage.
I believe Drew Baldock actually dode out in that sight, but Drew still has a commanding lead in his game, about 2,000, but we're going to stay here. Benoit Cornet, 1-1 now. Benoit looking to pick up that secondary one in the far back, picks it up as well. That's going to be a big shot. Critter goes over to Andrew Moskowitz, but Benoit Cornet looking to find a 3rd, looking to find the 4th, and he does. 4-2, but Benoit Cornet, 500-point differential and a 2,000-point lead.
Yeah, it's a tight game, but Benoit currently with a nice cushion going into site number 4. If he can just maintain, if he can just keep these close, he'll take home a win. And then with a 2,000-plus lead going into that bonus round, that's a big if. One thing I've been impressed with Benoit so far, he's the only rookie that has not doed out, I don't think at all yet.
I've yet to see him doe out. We might have just cast a curse him. It's going to be the zombie round, and I believe Benoit misses, but he gets the second one. Benoit now looking for the 3rd one to the backside. They've already missed 1 of these bucks. They're going to try to pick up this one right here in the middle. Benoit finds it. Benoit looking for a 4th. Won't be able to get it. 2-2. We go into the very last section of this zombie site, and there it is, the doe out from Benoit Cornet. 100-point differential, John. This is going to come down to the wire. Will the man himself be able to keep this one going, or will he fall on the final sight to Andrew Moskowitz?
This matchup has been so good, it could be the championship, Colin. These 2 players are playing pristine Saturday evening level Big Buck. Benoit's going to continue, but then I jinx him indeed. He does out early. Andrew Moskowitz now has a chance to take a lead and secure the win, and it looks like he's capitalizing on that chance. 3-1, and he has a 1,000-point lead. Benoit has to go nuclear in this bonus game.
I'm going to tell you right now, John, I'm shocked at that for the simple fact that Benoit has been so calm, cool, and collected all weekend. I did not see him doling out 2 rounds in a row. Drew Baldock is within about 100 points of Matthew Garver. That one about to go, I believe, into either in its final sight or into the bonus round as well. So 2 very close games. We're going to see what happens between Benoit and Andrew Moskowitz first. This will come down to the wire. Will Benoit be able to pull it out? No, he's not going to get enough of these brains to overwhelm a 1,000-point differential. Let's quickly go to Drew Baldock. Quickly go to game 4.
Yeah, game 4 here. Neck and neck. Couple 100-point difference. Benoit's going to take the loss, but it was a great one. Meanwhile, whoever's green just dominated the bonus round.
That was Baldock.
It was Baldock. And Baldock wins. The former champion from 2021, the Canadian, takes the lead over the Texan. Matthew Garver drops to the lower bracket, but what a performance he's had so far.
And let's see what Charlie Gartner has here against the Pope himself, Andrew White. Already taken out one of the Gartner brothers. Let's see if he can take out both of them. Final sight coming up shortly. 8,000. The Pope is up by 4,000, John. I think we can pretty much wrap this one up. The Pope will have taken out back-to-back Gartner brothers.
That's right. Very impressive. Little Wisconsin on Wisconsin. Sconey sniper action. They've been playing against each other, which you hate to see that, somehow how the cookie crumbles. Charlie doing what he can here, and after playing last year and his first time in a while, he made a return to Big Buck last year. He's had a good run so far. I mean, the fact that he made the winner's bracket round 4, very impressive, but it looks like he will fall. And just like that, both the Gardner brothers are in the reload round.
Yeah, definitely a tough loss for them to take. They both find themselves in the bottom side of the bracket going into championship Saturday. Bonus round underway. Jars are going to be taken out very quickly in this round. You see Charlie trying to do all he can, fight back against the dying of the light, but it will not be enough. There's no way he can overcome that deficit. And our final game of the night will be wrapped up with Andrew White taking a victory over Charlie Gardner.
I gotta say, color me impressed for Andrew White. He's looked really sharp so far in this tournament. 3rd place in 2021. And he's looking in championship caliber. He's looking like he can win this entire competition here in 2023. Andrew White of the Scotty Snipers from Prescott, Wisconsin, showing up big. We'll see if he can continue to roll tomorrow. And that's gonna be it for today at least. Winners bracket round 4 complete. Keep in mind, folks, no one was eliminated yet. We made sure everyone has a chance to move on to Saturday, which is awesome in my opinion. I love that format. People can't get too drunk tonight, though.
You got to stay a little bit on the sober side if you want to try to make a deep run into that reload bracket. You got a lot of big names down there, John. My biggest takeaway from today, without a doubt, it's not like there was a lot of upsets, but there was a lot of big names that got matched up early that ended up getting knocked down to that reload bracket. So tomorrow, early reload bracket rounds are going to be so pivotal because a lot of your favorite names and faces are going to go home early.
Yeah, that's a good point. Another takeaway is who in your eyes is looking solid today? If you had to pick a couple names, who do you think is the best and has the best chance of winning the championship here?
Drew Baldock. I mean, every single match, he was completely and utterly in control of every one of his matchups. I never saw Drew have any sort of faltering moment. No double dough outs, no easy dough outs, no early dough outs. But I think, John, we have been blessed, my friend, because it looks to me like Annie Burriselt and Taylor Hook, these might be the matches getting set up for tomorrow morning. Oh, without a doubt. I was going to say, we're going to get blessed with getting to see some of this reload bracket action. And we're going to see the setup for it anyway.
Yeah,
we're getting to see the names early for that reload bracket.
Yeah, Sean Stafford will be playing against Anthony Aritz. That'll be a good matchup. Yeah, tomorrow morning is going to be great. But we both got baited thinking that we had more action tonight. That is not the case. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Drew Baldock's looking fantastic. I got to give another name that, Andrew Moskowitz. To beat the reigning champ in Will Bromley, to win out and edge out a tight matchup right there. Very impressive against a red-hot I got to say, Andrew Moskowitz is looking really, really good as well.
Without a doubt, John, you bring up a lot of great points there. Tomorrow, it's going to be action-packed from start to finish. Remember, that championship matchup is not a sight. It's not a bonus round. It is a trek, my friend.
An adventure.
An entire adventure. You've got to go from start to finish and take out your opponent. So not only do you have to play hot from the beginning of the day to the end of the night, but you've got to be at your absolute best when it counts the most, and that's at the very end of that championship bracket. And John, it has been an absolute pleasure to be sitting here with you on day one. It's always a blast to be the Big Buck Hunter World Championships, but I wouldn't rather do it with anybody else.
You and I both, my man. It is a pleasure and an honor. The pleasure is all mine, and we hope you enjoyed the action at home. If you're not here in person, make it here next year. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. There's nothing like the Big Buck Championships, and I've hosted, been a part of hundreds of esports events. Colin's hosted so many esports events. This is one of a kind. Make it here next year. Make it here tomorrow if you're in the area. We hope you enjoyed the action so far. Thank you so much to the Big Buck family and extended family for watching at home. The broadcast has been a blast so far, but we're just getting started. Championship Saturday is tomorrow. Will the magic of a lower bracket or reload round run happen? Or will one of the winner bracket teams take home a championship? Will history be made again? Last year it was an Australian. The year before it was a Canadian. Will a lady of Big Buck take home a championship tomorrow? We'll find out, because guess what? We're starting bright and early tomorrow. Set your alarm clocks. We'll see you there. I'm Fallout. This is Colin the Crow Clark on behalf of ourselves and our entire production team. Thank you so much to Todd, to Aaron, the entire crew backstage. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for some more Big Buck Championship action. We'll see you then.